get into this. Alright, so we're going to be picking up where we left off in Planet Crafter. For those who missed where we were at last time with Planet Crafter, we have gotten well into the insect phase. Well, actually, we got all the way to the fish phase. And we're making really good progress with all that. Change his nickname. Just Burdenson1. But yeah, so we've got ourselves into the amphibian phase. And we look around, we got pretty butterflies all over. The base has grown quite a bit. We got our drones zipping around doing drone things. We did get all of our butterfly garden things over here that are already obsolete. We did take all the stuff that was on the roof here. It is now up higher. We got our bigger farm plots up here. We've got our bigger beehives up here. I've got more extractors going. We did start getting the crystals, so like the pulsar crystals and all that. Okay, so we still need more bauxite and all that. But if we go inside, that's where we have like the most of the changes you're going to notice, is we now have this ladder here. And so what we've got going on over here is I'm moving all of my auto factory things up here. So that basically the idea is all the stuff that needs to be outside on the ceiling, as you can hear that working, all the auto crafters in the middle, and then all of our storage in the downstairs. And we have started working our way up to the better storage. The catch we're running into right now is I am having difficulty keeping all of my production working just because I've got to like move a bunch of stuff around. It's not quite where it needs to be set. One thing I wanted to do, and this is going to take me a moment because I totally forgot about doing this yesterday. So it's titanium and cobalt. It's scrap bunch. Is I want to go up to that second floor because I'm thinking what I'll be able to do is if I pop up here, we can go ahead and make the floor see-through. And my thought around this is by making the floor see-through, I'll be able to see what materials are down beneath me, or like where we are relative to the floor. And that should give me a better ability to just run over here and be like, ah, okay, so we are... Yeah, so we're over like the osmium and all that, so I can move these around as needed. I probably also need to go farther that way with this. We're going to need to rearrange our storage a lot. That's a work in progress that we were honestly spending a good chunk of yesterday working on. And I made the comment yesterday that is spending so much time, like, redoing the infrastructure of the base, that it was kind of also like, you know, I really do need to, in addition to this, put in some time, you know, put in some extra time here to actually work on the terraforming. It's kind of, I'm working on the infrastructure, which is fine, but I'm not making much progress in the actual terraforming. Good, so with this now, I can see, for example, we have our bioplastic. So I would need that to be accessible. Okay, so I can't really see up here well, but I can see the other way. Yeah, so I can go here and say, alright, so I need the bioplastic, which is here. And I want to make the circuit boards, and the circuit boards are over here. Which I missed a tile for the ceiling. The circuit boards are here, so the issue is my bioplastic is way over there. So the circuit boards are likely not in range of the bioplastic. I've got to move some stuff around. That's a thing that's going to happen over time. Let's see. So in what way is the DLC versus the base game from each other? So one, you've got a different planet. That's one thing. Another thing they've added is if we go over to here to these things we get special ore that in itself doesn't have any value, but then you chuck it in this thing and it smashes it down to useful stuff on the other side. I don't remember that being in the base game. Maybe it's just me not remembering. But yeah, so we're working on all that. And so that's one of my main sources of materials right now. We are working on getting our drills up with all their individual materials up as well. Okay, so the circuit board is going to be an immediate problem because of the storage. Let's get that sorted. So circuit boards, what tile of the ceilings are off? That one's fine. There's one of these. Okay, so I got 2 more tiles of ceiling I want to do. But what I need to do is resolve the stuff like our circuit board production, because our circuit board production is what I use for my bigger storage. So we don't have the circuit boards coming in, and those are bioplast, aluminum, and a bunch of other stuff. Hey, Alana Rama, thank you so much for the raid. I do hope you had yourself a good stream and all that. Man, I was over there earlier. What were you playing? You were doing a variety day, if I remember correctly, right? Am I mixing that up? No, what were you playing? It wasn't RimWorld, it was something different. But regardless, for those who don't know, Alana Rama, absolutely fantastic content creator on the platform, plays a lot of RimWorld as well as other things. Yep, vote variety, chat shows Frostpunk. That's right. I saw you playing Frostpunk too, but I did see your title was something that, like, it was a variety day or whatever. So that thing. You're super excited to do it, more of it. It's really good. Nice. Good to hear. But yeah, so definitely check out Alana Rama, fellow member of the Halcyon Frequency stream team. Really good stuff over there and all that good stuff. But welcome in, Raiders. I am Rual Storge. We're just getting started with some Planet Crafter, checking out the new Humble DLC. I'm a little ways in. I'm just about to enter the amphibian stage. And we are fixing broken things in our base. But with all that said, I am a variety streamer who plays a whole variety of games, including RimWorld, among other things. But yeah, for those unfamiliar with Planet Crafter, so let me just, here, we could go ahead and do this. I haven't done this little meme in a while. Let me show you if we were to make a brand new save, what this looks like. And I'm just gonna hit the buttons real fast. Cool, so that way I have, cool. This way I have a save I can just show people like what the difference is not. Finish your sponsorship with Iron Dwellers demo.
Correct your trajectory.
I'm just skipping the thing. Yeah, so there's a sponsor with Island Dwellers demo. Is a neat strategy shrinking islands game. But yeah, so when you start the game, this is what the planet looks like. It's barren. There's nothing here. We're rapidly suffocating. It's a bad time. It's a real bad time. Meanwhile, if we go back to the main menu real fast and go back to the save we were in there, it's a little bit nicer here. Now, you might be going, oh, well, this looks nothing like it. Let me quickly give you a quick glance of that same area we were just at. Like, I can go to the pod that we crashed. But that's the idea of this game, is you start on this frozen, atmosphereless planet. It's awful, it's terrible. And you are commuting a sentence for a criminal charge that we don't know. We don't know if you actually did it or not. We don't know what the charge was. Just that, as your punishment, you are required to terraform a planet, and all that. So if we go over here to where you see the good old home beacon, I'll give you a quick glance of the exact same view that we had stepping out of that pod. But the idea is, if you play games like Factorio or Satisfactory, where slowly you make the planet worse and worse and worse as you cover it with machinery and smog and all that, this is the opposite. I bet the crime was littering on the highway. Well, that's the joke we have, is like, you know, on one hand, you could be this incredibly awful, terrible person, and this is a very light sentence. But yeah, so we step out the same view. This same view here is what we saw a moment ago. Except, instead of, you know, everything being barren hellscape, it's actually really nice. The crime was a mild pun. Yeah, that's the thing we joke about, is that, like, either A, your person truly was awful, and, like, honestly, this sentence is pretty mild, but, you know, perhaps poetic in that you did this awful thing, and you are now making a home for many people later. Or on the other end of the spectrum, is that you did some, like, trivial nothing thing that even a slap in the wrist would probably be a bit too severe. And that, like, there's that whole thing. They do somewhat imply that the world is, like, the universe, I should say, is a bit dystopian, because you are commuting your sentence through a company called the Sentinel Corp. Dear Darkness, please stop being so dark. People who litter are the worst. Right up there are the people who don't leave their shopping carts to roll into your car, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Serial killer planted one flower that your landlord didn't like. No in between. Yep, exactly. But, so your goal here is to terraform the planet. This is the DLC that they just came out with, Humble Planet. So it's a whole new planet. There's a little bit of change to the progression and all that. Don't expect it to be like a totally different game. The planet is technically quite a bit smaller than the other one. It doesn't really feel that way in practice, though. Very genuinely, it just doesn't feel that much smaller. And I think it does a better job of taking verticality into consideration. There feels like there's a lot more going underground and all that. So yeah, we're about 75% of the way to amphibians. How's my power? My power is great. We are literally probably 2 minutes from unlocking the bigger backpack. I think that's actually the biggest backpack. And it will have the amphibians soon. Okay. So, back to what we were looking at before, which is my circuit boards are not being produced, and we need to figure out why. And the answer is stuff's too far away, but what is too far away? So that needs zeolite, aluminum, iron, and silicon. So iron is there, silicon is there, aluminum is there. The zeolite is here, but pretty low. I think the problem basically is that our iron is way over here, and our bioplast is way over here. And unfortunately, I mean, I can just rearrange this. I kind of wanted the bioplast to be over here, but honestly, it was going to be that much of a problem. Let's not fight it. I can put a container right there for the bioplast, and that would work. The issue is I need a circuit board. Hey, bigger backpack. What do you cost? Purple gem, blue gem, circuit... Of course, circuit board. Alright. You know what we can do? Is instead of stressing about going, what can I do to make this happen? We could just go find a ship or something and tear it apart. Oh! For those who, didn't see, on the Discord, there was an update to the DLC yesterday. Or, like, today, whenever. Since the last time I streamed it, there was an update to the DLC. Supposedly, they've added new locations. I've already been spoiled a little bit to where they were just because of patch notes or whatever. But, there's 2 new locations there. The progression of being able to access more of the map is faster. So, like, it triggers earlier kind of thing. And then there's also supposedly 23 or some odd number of hidden boxes now. So if people remember from the not DLC, there's like the gold boxes that you could find. It's something along that line. Alright, do you have any circuit boards? I've already robbed you. I've already robbed you. I probably should tear all those up. Did they say if it's compatible with the existing saves? They didn't, but I wouldn't imagine they have multiple copies of the map file. We'll know here in a minute. We just need to find any of those special chests. Because that would be a real big bummer if you jumped in early and that made you ineligible to check out the new stuff. I don't even recognize this place with all these trees here now. I was highlighting like I was going to be able to delete it. I'm pretty sure this is one of the new places. I actually wasn't looking for this one. Can be destroyed. I see what you did there, game. Okay, so that is a new location there, but it's blocked off and I need the explosives to get in. There's the other shipwreck. So we're not far from base. Let's just run back to base real fast. I'll go grab these boxes and tear them up. But that is one of the new locations. So as far as the answer of if it's compatible or not, it is because it's there. Because I surely didn't miss something that big with how many times he ran around the map looking for just basic, simple things. But I am going to go ahead and empty these boxes of their goodies. That way I stop coming over to these boxes and going, hey, is there anything I care about in here? It's not like... Stop. There we go. Alright, we'll consider that full. Okay. Now, as far as the gold boxes go, like I said, I'm willing to bet they just added them in. Because the odds of, like, you know, them wedging some box in some hidden corner and then you having built on it such that they wouldn't work is very low. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But, like, the odds are very, very low of that being an issue. And then on top of that, even if it was, like, the two are merged into each other, you'd just see the box jut through the ground, so not that big of a problem. I'm suddenly realizing there was a, there's, like, channels in the ground under here. So I could see them being in those channels, too. Hello, cats. How's it going? Alright, so let's drop this junk off. Oh, here, I can put you relatively where you should be. So we can go here. The iron is full. I don't have titanium. There's the magnesium. There's the silicon. There's the cobalt. Here's the aluminum. Sulfur is there. The iron is surplus, so we can just chuck it in this box and let it disappear. We can just drop all that stuff in there. That's basically full. Nitrogen is probably full. That's fine. We could just huck this into the shredder. And the fertilizer's probably full by now. Nope. Okay. So I got 3 explosives to go right back over there. I do have food, and I don't really need water. And we have reached the stage in the game where we don't really need air. We did get the vehicle, and it was like really good in the mid-game. Honestly, at this stage of the game, I find it's mostly just good as a giant storage box. So if I'm out and about collecting a bunch of materials, and I go, oh, my inventory's full, I'll step outside, drop the vehicle, and then just fill it up, which I'm saying as I'm flying away without grabbing it, but you know, it is what it is. And so you get the idea with all that kind of stuff that it's like, it's very useful before you start getting better jetpacks and longer air supply and that kind of stuff. But we have reached the point that the atmosphere on the planet is just straight up breathable, so I only have to worry about air when I get submerged underwater. Yeah, just fill and teleport it back. Yeah, I mean, part of the problem is with the map having so much stuff on it, which is a good thing, it does make the vehicle really hard to take any meaningful advantage out of. Like, there's too much terrain for it to get stuck on. And then on top of that, the thing beaches itself on debris so incredibly easily. And thank you, Jay Walker, for the 35 stream streak, catching the last 35 streams, not missed a single one, so thank you so much for that. Means a whole heck of a lot, and I do appreciate it. Okay, so let's go check out this bunker. The bunker did have explosives in it. Or did have rocks blocking the door. Okay. Leave that stuff right now. That's part of the reason I was like, let's go explore. Just because, let's not worry about the mutagen and all that. I have plenty of it for the moment. Yeah, give me them circuit boards. I'll take that iron back. Okay. Alright, so we've got like a giant mess hall thing. That doesn't appear to have anything in it. That's a really good find there. The energy multiplier. I put that over by our reactors. Okay, so I do need fusion cells. How many do you require? Just one? So we do need fusion cells to operate that. Okay. Yeah, so none of those can I do much with. So it's a weird couple of really long hallways. Check back there in a moment. Yeah, so that's gonna open that door. We still have this door open back here. Okay. Pulsar crystals, explosives, obsidian is probably... Like, I probably don't need a lot of these materials. This place would have been much nicer to find way earlier. But that's okay, because it didn't exist. I'll grab the Lyrma seed. Eventually, I'll probably just start shooting off the plant rockets and all that kind of stuff. And those take Lyrma seeds. Yes, it's a pretty big bunker down here. Yeah, no, Jaywalker is saying, like, you know, the one big negative you'd say was there was a lack of wrecks to explore. I think they got that feedback, and they decided to expand on what they had so far as wrecks and all that. Oh, those weren't even giving me stuff from them. That's interesting. We don't care about those. We don't care about those. Alright, so I think we basically explored this place other than the reactor with the fusion cell. Like, I'll still follow the right wall mostly, just in case I miss some, like, whole extra section of the base. Nah, this is the mess hall. Alright, so it looks like I'll need to come back with a fusion cell, and that once I do that, we'll have access to another little part of the base. But all in all, we got some goodies. We got some circuit boards, and those circuit boards will let me build some of the stuff we need without having to fight with everything. But I think the answer is I'm just going to move that bioplastic forward. I was trying to stubbornly keep the bioplastic with the rest of the crop stuff, like the fertilizer and mutagens, just because, to me, that logically makes sense for those to be together. But at the same time, the circuit boards require so many of the different types of metals and all that, in addition to that one thing, that's like, okay, we'll just move it over there, maybe we rearrange it later, but I should get that going, because it's the same thing with, like, sulfur, for whatever reason. It's probably just all the things in that one lab bench. I want to just kind of lump those together, but I wanted to put all those things in one spot, just because logically my brain wants to do that. But, like, for example, the explosive powder doesn't even use biological stuff. It's got sulfur and iridium. And I still need to get that automated. But yeah, so what we're trying to do is, as we're progressing our base and all that, set up some of these things that we need to produce automatically. And the way I'm approaching that is, if there's something I need more than, like, once in a long while, it gets automated. Like, just no question about it, just gets automated. Okay. Eat our food. I'll keep the 2 explosives on me for right now, because there's a good chance I'll end up needing those. Uranium rods, there we go. Iridium rods, there we go. We don't have a box for explosive powder yet. We should. Tier 2 fertilizer is over here. We have the zeolite, which is finally catching up. We've got Lyrma seeds in here. Pulsar crystals are down over here. That'll be one good thing, is once those are done being produced to catch up, we'll have less of a strain on that. Ah, I've got too much obsidian, so just chuck those in the box. They're gone now. They can't hurt us. We have a rocket, which is here somewhere. But we are working on converting our storage over little by little. And that's the reasons I want to fix the, There we go. That's the reasons I want to fix a lot of these things that have been outlying. Okay, we've got fancier fish eggs. Let's see. So the osmium rod doesn't have a home yet. There's the super alloy rods. The mutagen and all that, I believe, are still in their boxes, and I believe those are probably full. Mutagen 1 is full. I don't have mutagen 2 automated. Also, put this into overflow. Honestly, give me these crappy plants. Put you back. Those could get deleted. We can put the energy cell thing there. We still have the osmium rods need a home. Okay, so with that, let's start trying to fix some of this up. So my plan was to literally just go right over here. So I just need 2 super alloy, which are now here. And put a storage locker right there. And then this will be the bio plastic. We'll tell you to retrieve bioplastic. And that should allow me to start fixing that. We'll go over to the bioplastic one here. I've changed you from supply, or from demand to supply. That should cause the drones to run over here and start hauling all of that bioplastic over to this box extremely aggressively. And then we can repurpose this to something else. Cool. So with that, my hope is we will have everything we need in range of circuit board production. Alright, what's the holdup? So there's the bioplastic. That's definitely in range. The iron is right there. The silicon is right there. And the aluminum is right there. So those are all definitely in range. The zeolite is right here. That's definitely in range. What is the last material you need? Where is your last material? So here. Nitrogen cartridges. Where are the nitrogen cartridges? I think that's like literally right below you. Ah, we're out of zeolite. That's fair. Okay, so that's just now running into problems because of lack of materials. Alright. But it is having everything in range now. So that's fine. The next question is, what am I putting over here in this box? Yeah, so we've got circuit boards going here now. For right now, I'm gonna leave it alone. So you're no longer bioplastic. What are you going to be? So there are at least 4 levels of mutagen, so my intent was to put the mutagen... Oh, actually, if I'm doing the crystals over here, then there won't be room. So if we do 1, 2... Don't... Well, with this, if we move this, I'll have room for them all. So circuits are going to need to move. Which puts us back to the same problem we have is, I want to move everything, but everything's in the way to move. Alright, let's start getting rid of these plants. I said I was going to do it, and we're going to do it. Even though we're short on these. That's fine. Okay, so let's get these back put away. And once we get those put away... Let's see, you actually... Yeah. Sorry, I read the previous comment. So what we'll do with all that we just grabbed is I can go into all of this. Yes, they're getting spare bee larvae, so I actually want 2 of those bee larvae. So I can make another one of these. So tier 1 and tier 2 fertilizer, and I wasn't paying attention what the last thing was. Tier 1 fertilizer, tier 2 fertilizer. Because what we'll do is we'll move some of these things up to the roof. I could have just checked here. And a super alloy. Which we are getting some of everything we need to make these. It's just I'm consuming them very rapidly, which is causing problems. Alright, so my intention is we're going to go this way. And you could be an eggplant one. So that should replace literally all of the eggplant we were harvesting with the other one. So let's see, we had food seeds somewhere here. Where did I move those to? Cool. Alright, so we've got that set up. So the next thing is we've got methane happening and all this. So I just got to figure out where I'm moving. So that's the big issue I'm running into right now is where I want things. Because I do know the osmium rods are going to go where the methane is, but I need to get all these. I could potentially just yank that, put down a cabinet right here where the beans are, and like rotate stuff around. Because these are narrower, we could fit more in. Oh wait, I was literally clearing up this wall, that's right. Alright, we can do that. So I will need super alloy. And what we'll do here, let's get that just in far enough it's not mad. No, I guess I can only go that far. So you'll be the nitrogen, and we'll configure you correctly to demand nitrogen. Where are you at? Cool. And then you can be the methane. So we can go ahead and say, hey, go grab that methane. And that lets me go to this nitrogen, say, hey, get rid of it all. And hey, get rid of it all. That way I can delete these lockers and not have to worry. So now I can get the osmium rod one going. I have no super alloy because we're consuming it all. Like that's just where we're at, is we keep consuming all of our materials as fast as we're getting them. It'll be a problem that gets solved, but in the short term is still a problem. Grimmer's going, bees! Oh, and there will be more. Don't you worry. There will be more bees. Let's see. So you should be getting pretty close to done if you're not. Alright, we got that one emptied. As we keep that up, you'll see like we're starting to compress this. It'll also be nice because then it won't be this weird hallway that's just solid gray on both sides. You can kind of see through them. It's a weird blue shimmering, but that's fine. And meanwhile, the whole time we are terraforming the planet. Like we're at 83%, so we've already gone up like 7-8% since I last looked. Okay, if I make another one of these, it's another super alloy. We'll check to see if there's anything to do to help out the super alloy situation here in a minute. And a tier 1, a tier 2. Cool. I don't know what seed I'm gonna need. Let's actually check. So eggplant, we're out. Beans, we're good. Mushrooms, we're low. Squash, we're full. Okay, so let's make it a mushroom one. Because I believe at that point we already have 2 eggplant ones. Cool. They're just increasing our production up there, so that's good. Okay, so we still need more super alloy. So that'll be 2 more lockers worth. Alright, so now we got that. It's time for us, because we don't even have a one for this. So we're going to go here and say osmium rods. Then we go here and say, yep, demand osmium rods. Cool. So that's good news because now I finally have a place for these. Alright. I've got the Lyrma seeds over here. So I've also got the crystals going. And then we have the larva box that we've currently got going on. I can't squeeze another one of these in here between. We've got the rockets, we've got the plankton and all that. Yeah, I got the mutagen, plants with good and bad, fabric, sulfur. Alright, so uranium and iridium would probably be the next ones I want to put here. For right now, I think this will be okay for us to put the water here. It might not be in range of everything. So go ahead and make this water. Set the request for water. Go to you, set you to just not requesting, get rid of stuff. Then we could also go over here and say, hey, have my surplus. Alright. And so now I can go uranium, and same deal, we'll go to here and say demand all the uranium ore, wherever that is, there you are. And then we can go up to our current uranium locker, that's way over here. You have nothing in you, so I'll just get rid of you. And then next will be uranium rods. The eggplant and all that, we'll probably move that against this wall as well. Or actually, you know what? I take that back. We'll put it against the other wall, so that way, like, all my plants are over there and whatnot. The downside is we are running out of circuit boards really quickly, which is honestly fine. That should be fixing stuff, because, like, we are getting circuit boards now, which is very helpful. I'm going to take them all. Okay, so what is the holdup with the super alloy? Is it aluminum? No. It's titanium. Weirdly, titanium has been the issue here. Honestly, this feels weird. But I might need to put a tier 3 drill on a titanium node, which is a really weird feel. Luckily, it's right there, but that has proven to be a bottleneck for us again and again, and I literally need it to do another drill. Very genuinely, it might be worth doing it, because I've noticed with the different ores, I don't seem to get titanium in any meaningful capacity either. And that just might be the answers. It might be stuff like dolomite we just stop worrying about in its entirety. And instead go and put out drills for these specific ores. And then just let the drones do their thing. Because that choking the super alloy is a problem. Now granted... Yeah, you're the one running this. Granted, it might just be I need another one of these going. You've got the bauxite going. You got the dolomite going. That's all fine. I'll need another one for the gem stuff later. Okay, so for the drill, I will need the osmium rod. And that was a super alloy rod. And it'll also become less of an issue once we've got that topped off. And then the iridium rods are over here, right? There are none. Well, you see, that's a bit of a problem. It's so weird having a shortage of the iridium rods, by the way. We spent so long where it's like, oh my god, there is no end to these iridium rods. And just getting almost genuinely upset with how many we were getting because we just didn't have places to put them. Ooh, genetic extractor. That'll be good because we're gonna end up needing that to make a bunch of the later stuff. We'll get that built in just a minute. I should be getting a decent amount of iridium here. Alright, you know what we're gonna do? Oh, I need food. We're gonna just run over, we're gonna grab more iridium out of the volcano. That's good. That means we're gonna start shipping off junk food. Well, high quality food, I guess. Which isn't exactly amazing. But something. Alright, so let's zip over here real quick. And if you're wondering where all the iridium rods are going, they're going into the rocket engines. Once that tops off, it'll stop cannibalizing that. And that's going to be true of a lot of different things. But while we're in this interim, that's going to keep being a reoccurring issue. Alright. So you can pop in here real fast, and like I said, it seems like for super alloy production that the titanium, that's not where I need to go. That the titanium is the problem. I'm debating in my head whether it makes more sense for me to make a second extractor and just get more uranite being shipped in, and that would give me more super alloy. It probably does, doesn't it? But we'll still get this further the drill, because regardless, if I go that route, I will need another one for the uranite to be able to get that at a better rate too. Because that would help with the uranium, the iridium, and the super alloy. It would also give us a little extra bauxite, which gives us all, like, the lower stuff with the exception of titanium. But if I do that, my demand for titanium should massively get reduced. Maybe even to the point that it would be worth me not having the thing auto-craft, the super alloy in the first place. That's not what I actually meant to grab, but that's fine. Seems you need tier 3 drills for lots of things. Yes. That's the reason I'm like, I might as well be down here getting this anyways. Yes, that's plenty. Okay. Yeah, so I do another extractor. That would give me, again, iridium, uranium, and all that. I wonder if that's genuinely faster than mining those all individually. Because, like, I could put a bunch more drills down for, like, put down a drill for iridium, put down a drill. Oh, I didn't know there was obsidian there. Oh, yeah, they mentioned they added more obsidian to the world. Because beforehand, and maybe I'm wrong, it seemed like there was literally only one spot in the entire map you get obsidian. It was like this one little corner tucked away. Until you get your drills. So when you get your drills, that's not a problem. So I suspect they added around certain areas of the lava pools and the caves and whatnot. Alright. So you can pop over here, make this into an iridium rod, and we'll just drop the rest of the iridium into the box. We are going to eventually need to set up the thing to be making sulfur for us, which is going to cost us more iridium. Yeah, and meanwhile, this should be slowly getting full of food, and it'll just ship off each time, and, you know, give us some money each time. Alright, so we've got that, so the iridium rod we keep. The iridium ore we put in the box. We keep all of that. The uranite will just pop there and it'll go up to the box. Okay. So that'll be for a drill. I am leaning towards setting up another drill on the uranite to be a better source for super alloys in the first place. I haven't fully committed to that yet. I'm kind of waffling on it. Because my options are, actually, let's look around and see if we don't have any more icons that maybe they didn't add to the patch notes. I don't think that'd be the case, but that's fine. Or I could literally put a drill on the super alloy. And skip skip the middle like 30 steps. Let's just put a drill on the super alloy. I forgot we had a drill that just gives us super alloy. Yeah, no, it's fine. I keep waffling back and forth if I do want to set up the extra stuff. It's fine. We pop over here. Honestly, I should probably move this thing closer. We had the other one where it was because I could find the butterfly larva in that cave, so I just put it right there. Alright, so we can go ahead and drop a drill right here. And we can tell you, hey, only the super alloy provided the network. Cool. Probably need another ore crusher to keep up because the current one isn't keeping up. Yeah, that's what I was saying, is I'd have to build another one of those and build another tier 3 drill, maybe 2. And that would give me iridium, uranium, super alloy, and dolomite. Most of the dolomite would honestly just go into the garbage. But the uranium and iridium would probably get put to use. And then so would the super alloy. But at the same time, if I get this, like the super alloy is the main bottleneck, if I just get the super alloy and skip all that, I'm gonna go ahead and move this. If I get the super alloy and just skip all that, then sure, the iridium and uranium doesn't get solved, but the thing I'm burning all my materials on that is the issue that's causing the drain on stuff like titanium hopefully gets solved. Because what'll most likely happen is once we get enough throughput here, I probably won't need to craft my own super alloy at all. Because I could just straight up get it on the map without the crafting eating up all my other materials. Okay, so with this, let's go ahead and drop the teleporter right in here. That way I don't have to like fly back and forth anymore. So, super alloy and teleport home. Is that base underwater? Yeah. We checked it out already. That was the other day. Alright, so let's go back into getting our super alloy over here. And figuring out what we're working on next so far as moving stuff. There's one. And if you're wondering where all that's going, it's going into these. So when that fills up, we'll be good. Oh, here, you can have that one back. Where were you taking that? That's fine. I doubt we can fit that there. And then my plan is, like we've done with the other side, let's pop over here. Now put the first of our storages over here for our crops. So go eggplant. Go to your instructions, go here. I would like eggplant to be put in this box. Cool. So you're all configured on this side, and you can run over to this side to the eggplant box here. You no longer get eggplant, instead you supply it. That'll get ripped out of this box real quick. That box is gone. So then the next box we would make would be the uranium rods. And go here, request, uranium rods, cool. Now I run over to this area over here, and you now supply. So get those out of here. So that box is gone. Alright, next box up would be the iridium. You probably figured out the pattern here. Iridium. Then cut across the other side. You can just pick it up because it's empty. Okay. And we could drop off the iron. Go top off our water. Yeah, so we're getting this all sorted out and figured out. Making solid progress. It's just taking a little bit of shuffling a little bit. It's fine. Super alloy, there's 2 more. So we can go over to this wall. Beans. Go here, demand the beans, which are there. I wish there was a way to, like, for a quality of life thing in the game, I wish there was a way to be like, hey, do you, like, when I go to set this, or not this isn't the right building, when I go to set an auto crafter like the one over here, that if I put my mouse over this, if it would tell me that, like, hey, it's in range, or at least put the name of the lockers and all that, that would be really nice. I could work with that. Because, like, these are named. It'd be nice if I could go a mouse over this and be like T2 locker beans, T2 locker whatever. Because with that, instead of going, I think it's in range, and then hoping it is, I would be able to actually pop in there real fast and be like, ah, yeah, no, we're good. We can go ahead and grab 2 more alloy. Actually, that'll be enough for the rest of the lockers I've got with me. Alright, so you get to be iridium rods. So we can go over to this and get rid of you. Cool. Okay, so now let's go to the other side where we got these other growers that we're not using anymore. Okay. Because we have the ones on the roof now. We'll keep that sort. How are we doing? Okay, so I've got a lot of the squash ones. So thin those out a little bit. Swap you as well. Alright, I think that's good. Then we'll junk the rest of these seeds. We could just eat those. Alright. Toss that out. Toss the aluminum over here. That's not the way I meant to go with that. Alright. Like, the game saw a couple minor quality of life issues, but that was always going to be a problem. Where did I put the water? It was over here, right? Oh, you're all the way full. Alright, well, I wasn't expecting to throw water away, but I guess here we are. Cool. Alright, so with that, I got room for 2 more lockers. We just moved the beans locker, so we got all that. The iridium's all sorted out. So that, all those rods and all that sorted out. Next, I'd like to get these crystals out of here. I don't even know where to begin with that. So we started putting the beans and all that over here. Let's just focus on putting down the lockers I know we're gonna put down. And then we can worry about the next thing. So that'll be the mushrooms. And then this will be the squash. Then go here and say, please give mushy mush. And please give the squash. And then we can go over to this side and say, get rid of it. And get rid of it. So I'll clear up those, which should then start giving me room to move other stuff around. Okay. Yeah, so that makes it look way more open when we get back to that part. Alright. So that's looking pretty good there. We still have the algae and the mutagen. We all have 1 through 4. We'll have the crystals over there. Let's just plan to move this right now, because I already know I am going to move it. And this is one we can kind of tuck out of the way. It doesn't need to be in with all this other stuff. I'll put it right here for right now. Boom. So you provide to the network. That's fine. And you're full, because I'm not doing literally anything with it, so you can get out of my inventory. Okay, because that'll give us a little bit more room to work as well. You got the circuits dropping down, you got the rockets dropping down, you got plankton and larvae and all sorts of exotic stuff. Okay, and is this still bioplast, or is this the formerly bioplast? That's the formerly bioplast. So, what are you going to be now? So we have 4 mutagens. That's too much to fit. I think that's too much to fit over here. I don't want to make that the... Well, I mean, we could... No, because we moved the circuit boards... No, circuit boards are still exactly where they are. No heck with it. I'll probably end up wanting to move that later, but we can worry about that later. Because I don't know where I want to put it anyways. Where are you, circuit boards? You should be there. So there you are. You know, and grab you your supply chest now. And now let me get this out of the way. Okay, so we can go here. Grab the circuit boards. Grab the super alloy. So you'll now be explosive powder. I'm not producing it yet, but we do need it, so there's where we can store that. We'd have the plankton and the larva. I think those will fit over here. Plankton. Then go here and say I would like the plankton, which is there, there, and there. And I can tell you to stop carrying that, so I can get you out of the way. Oh, that would probably be better to be rockets. So yeah, all that stuff I just did, if you can kindly forget about it for just a moment and go ahead and take those back. That'd be a better spot for the rockets. Cool. So grab that last one, please. Or are you full now? You're probably full, aren't you? Alright, so I'll just take that out manually. Delete that. Rockets in here. You're now supply crate. And I did that because then I could see this as like manufactured. And then we can go over to this side and I can be like, okay, we'll have the different types of crystals and then we'll have like the various critters. I am going to be able to put a lot of lockers here. So for right now, I just need to shuffle, so plankton. Okay, so we got a better butterfly farm, so we should probably get that to use. Cool. It's still named Plankton? Yep, thank you. Then go over here. I would need more super alloy. Yep, and then we'll take a little pause on the rearranging after this one. To do, let's see, larva. Okay, so for larva, I want you to bring in the bee larva, uncommon larva. We do have the Serena one there as well. Where is the golden one? That should also be able to be in here. We already had that set in the other one. 1 second, need to stop for water. Okay, because what we'll do is we'll get that last one built for now, and then we're going to start switching over these butterfly gardens. Because that'll be a major thing to move things forward. We're about to get the frogs. Yeah, so you have the golden larva. Why are you not showing, though? Because it should be right here. Like, after all those. And if we look up here, I believe it was... Yeah, it's even on the list up here. Golden butterfly. So I don't really know why it's not giving me the option for that. It's fine. Keeping the golden butterfly. Just moving myself real fast. Okay. And then we also had... There was rare larva. Which also does not appear to be showing for some reason. That's fine. I'm not actually that concerned about it. Okay, so that'll be good. So I'll have 3 more in here. That'll be for the 3 other types of crystals. So that'll be good. I'll need another one for like the frog eggs and all that. And then after that, we'll start getting into some other stuff. Let me go ahead and drop off these circuit boards for the moment. So that those don't overproduce. Okay, so next up we've got the bigger butterfly garden. Okay, so that's 2 fabric, a bioplastic, a zeolite, and a tier 2 fertilizer. Tier 2 fertilizer is probably the one we're the lowest on. Nope, I'm wrong. All right, let's look at our fabric. We have been producing that this whole time. We're going to want to start doing that. So tier 2 fabric. And I have enough for what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's drop off one of these back in here. Yeah, so, no, sorry, 3. We've got enough for 3, so I need 3 bioplastic, if I'm not mistaken by my math. Yeah, 3 bioplastic, which are... here somewhere. Are you against the wall over here? 1, 2, 3. I need 3 zeolite, which we don't have any at all whatsoever. And I need 3 tier 2 fertilizer, which is over there. It's gonna take a while for me to like adjust. Okay, so zeolite is the current problem. I can probably find that pretty easy. It juts out of the ground all over the place. We do have drills set up on it, and I would like to get our drill set up on it to resolve some of those issues. But for the moment, that's gonna take a little bit of work. Where I can just fly around and they'll have like where vines will be sticking up out of the ground. We can just grab it off the vine. There we go. Grab you while I see it. Is the zeolite drill tier 2? Yeah, no, I need to get another one on there. But the thing I'm thinking is our iridium is still probably not caught up yet. And I don't really want to go for another iridium run yet. I mean, worst case, we go into the zeolite cave and just try and figure out there. Oh, I got a teleporter right to the zeolite cave. Let's take the teleport right over. Alright. I'm going to take the teleport directly to its location and everything. And meanwhile, that'll just make some crystals for us and we don't have to worry about it. Alright. So I can pop back here. I can probably snag the 2 zeolite directly from the drill while the drones are still trying to get there and back. Alright, that's gonna actually take a hot minute. Alright. How close am I to making another iridium rod happen? I forgot, we're not actually automatically crafting those, I don't believe. Or if we are, those machine crafting them's not in range. But that takes care of the big one. So, for another drill, 3 titanium and all that, do I have that? I don't. How's power? Power's fine. Alright, so let's go grab 3 titanium, then we just grab the other 2 things nice and easy. So we are actually gradually fixing these supply issues. It's just, it's taking a time for everything to get caught up. Alright. It's so weird. For like the first 90% of the game, titanium was just like, "Aw, man, it's more titanium, I don't need this." And now suddenly it's like, please, please, I'm begging you, just a little titanium. A little titanium is all I need. Come on, man, I'm good for it. Alright, so big drill, so we need the super alloy rod, which is there. And then we need, it was an osmium rod? Yep, which is here. Alright, and I do need to start setting up automation on that stuff as well, which is going to be a problem. So you can go over here, drop down to where the zeolite is, and just plunk down the drill, and that should improve the zeolite situation. If you're wondering where all our zeolite's going, it's making pulsar crystals. And supply the network. Okay. So I still need it for that. We should be getting pretty close to full, if not full, on the pulsar crystals. Yeah, so we're getting pretty close to full. Do we have super alloy hanging out at the moment? Grab 2 of those and 1 circuit board, and we'll just put down the next of the crystal things. Figure we'll just slowly get all switched over. Okay, so we can go to you. And you're going to be carrying... We already had the Blazar, so we'll get the Magnetar. The Magnetar. Crystal. And that means I can go over to you and say, hey. Literally, you just pass it on to the network if it's available. Fair enough. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna have to try and intercept one of the zeolite or go hunting for some myself. Either or. So likely we aren't going to find any zeolite down here still. We stripped this place clean, like proper. Mine. I want 1 more. What's your cycle time? 75 seconds? We could do that. Because as far away as this is, I shouldn't have to worry too much about, like, the drone getting a hold of it before I can. Because if it's coming from the drone bay and it's once per 70 seconds, and it has to fly half across the map to get here, that's going to give me a good solid minute to grab it. But should be popping out pretty much any time now. And then that'll let me get 2 of the big butterfly gardens down. I actually want 3. Yeah, production time, 75 seconds. Okay. So 75 seconds. So I got 1 more minute, and then we'll grab that 3rd one. I'll be able to plunk down 3 butterfly gardens. And then we'll move our best butterflies into those new butterfly gardens. That should improve the rate we get our insects. We should also be pretty close to the point of amphibians now. I was not paying attention to what the clock said to actually see that time. But the hope here will be that I won't need to worry about this too much longer. One of the next things we're going to build is I will build the signal booster amplifier, whatever the crap it's called. Ha! And if I do that, I can put on our energy and boost our fusion reactors because they're all in range. And getting those to be 500% better, whatever the percent is, basically means I don't have to deal with power for a long while. Okay, so with that, I should be able to make a bunch of these. So we can go over here where we've got these nice little ones. The little ones are just adorable, but also inadequate. So let's go in here. I know I've got at least 2 of the gold butterflies, so I'm gonna need 6. So sort 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all of them are at least 1200% they're gonna be putting in here. So we'll do 1 and 1, just because. One and 1. And there we go. So that'll be a huge bump up in our insect production. So that's good news. And we're right about to hit amphibians. We're at 97% and some change. And it's interesting that it looks like... Oh, we'll get these at the same time. Okay, that's fair. I was going to say it's interesting that we'll get a hold of the mutagen 4 at, before we can actually do the amphibian farm, but it doesn't look like that's actually the case. We're right about to get the aquarium too. And we're actually a pretty long way from getting the frog seeds from insects. And meanwhile, the fish are doing the fish things. Man, we're not even close to getting the fish farm. It's interesting that we can't even get the fish farm right away, but we will have access to amphibians pretty close. We won't have the genetic synthesizer for a little bit. Did you get the tier 6 backpack? I did not yet, but I should. Do I have a magnetar crystal at all? I do. We can go there. I need a circuit. I believe we needed the blue crystal. And I don't remember what else I needed. Because the bigger backpack is always a plus. And an obsidian, which is really easy. And even bigger backpack. I don't know what I'm going to do with all the extra space, but it is mine, and you can't have it. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can go here and get these last 2 done. Don't you be off by 1. No, they're off by 1. I think it might just be the larva one. Hey, Plankton, hold on to those for a moment. Okay. Alright. We're fine. I was like, please don't tell me you don't fit for some reason. Okay, so with that, we want the bee larva, we want the serene one, we want the uncommon one. And like I said, for some reason, rare and golden isn't showing up here. I don't really know why, but not much I can do about it. Alright, so with this one, we will want the quasar quartz. We call it crystal anyways. And then you'll be, was it solar? And solar. Crystal. Okay, so we've got storage for all the different types of crystals. So now when we go over here, empty box, get out of my life. Alright. So trying to think, we will have... fish. And go ahead and grab all the fish eggs. That's fine, I can go grab that. Alright. Oh, that's food, not water. Okay. So yeah, so storage is getting really good. We've got most of the stuff switched over. We got some of like the basics like magnesium and all that are still on what they're on. I do need to set up some more automation. How is our power doing? It's getting a little lower than I like it. So we grab 2 explosive powder, uranium rod, 3 obsidian. We can get that going. So there's that. Let's also go in here. We had the energy fuse, which is the one I cared about. We can go here, and I need 3 obsidian and a uranium rod. And so let's go over to where I got all those power reactors, whatever you want to call them, and get those sorted. I have a feeling what's going to end up happening, and I know this is going to be a pain point. Yes. I have a feeling what's ultimately going to happen here is I'm probably going to have to steal those energy things. Oh no, I can trade for them if really things get bad. Okay, that's fine. So now if we look at our power after boosting that, I got about 6,000 kilowatts to work with. And we're literally less than, like we're 0.2 away from amphibians. So we've got all that. What would be the next thing on the order of business? Probably getting the auto crafters I'm missing going on. So that's the locker. So let's grab like 4 of those. And a bunch of the osmium. Yep, we'll do that in a moment. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Alright, so we're on to the point we're going to be able to do amphibians. So what my thoughts are here is we're going to go right above... Let's see. Okay, so we'll go right above here. And you're going to produce uranium rods. Have a good time. You're going to produce osmium rods. Have a good time. You're going to produce iridium rods. Have a good time. Make sure I'm not producing those anywhere else. Yeah, so I'm making the one type of rod over here. That's fine. But we've got all those set up. And I need one more here. We'll just go ahead and tuck that right there. So what do I need for the mutagen 4? That's a mutagen 1 and a mutagen 3. That's easy peasy. So go ahead and make those. So we got good news with all that. I do need more of those. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's gonna be a fight for the osmium. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So I'm gonna need to go over here. So I got the mutagen. We got a bunch of the mutagens being made. One of the other things I need to do. Let's not worry about any of that down there. We do need fabric production online. So we can go here and not intake, output, fabric. We can go and make another one of these. We will need, I'll probably want to put this over here. And you will be for explosive powder. Cool. Let's see, is there an osmium drill or something, a supply in there? There is, I need more. I think I've got only 2 drills on it, but I'm gonna need more than that. They're not aligned. Oh, we need to not look at this place very often. It will upset us. Mutagen 2 is common larva, honey, and mutagen. I'm not gonna worry about that because I'm barely going to use the mutagen 2. But still, deeply upsetting. I actually don't. Well, no, we'll configure the mutagen 2. I don't know if we're gonna produce any of it on a meaningful capacity. It's fine. I'm gonna not. Oh wait, do I have multiple of those? Okay, because they're already producing those over here. Alright, so I think we're good there. Let's go ahead and put the rest of this back for right now. So we have the osmium. Go ahead and take that back for the moment. The super ally rods, take that back. I have got to seriously use the restroom. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to do that real fast. Use the restroom, stretch my legs. How are we doing on time? Yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna do a quick restroom break. I'm not gonna worry about like the ad break or well, actually, no, it'd be a good idea. So I'm gonna use the restroom. I'm gonna do a quick ad break real fast because that'll time it so that when I have to step away properly for when Tomb gets home, we just won't need to worry about it. It's just I'm in that weird spot, and normally I'd wait for her to get home, but I gotta go now. So I'm gonna use the restroom, and I'll be back here in just a couple minutes. Thank you again for tuning in. Just kind of the mental image of this person. They're in the zombie apocalypse. They're walking around with a machete. They got this giant backpack they're holding on their side. And just every couple minutes, they're just reaching in there, grabbing like a fish fillet just right out of there, just shoving in their mouth, going right back to fighting. Just, it's a weird view in my mind. Oh crap, we're already drowsy again. Hang on. Yeah, it takes a very long time. It takes a very long time for the zombies to die from that. Zombies want your ice cream? Yeah, it's a bummer because usually you don't find food at the beginning. Or if you do, it's like one minor thing that's not worth anything.
We broke an atmosphere and we're descending towards the landing site. Is that a building down there? What do you mean you can't identify it? Hold on. No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10, 9, 8. It's coming from the building? Change course. Set thrusters to full.
So, you're still picking me up, right? Right? Still getting a ride? No? Yeah, so if you didn't gather what the on the front page again. Alright. Sorry about that. It was just one of those things that I've had a lot to drink today so far as just liquids because it's outside working on yard stuff before stream and all that. And when you consume a lot of liquid, your body really wants to get rid of a lot of liquid. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to make storages for the mutagens. Where on earth am I putting that? Those? Oh, like right here is actually perfect. Never mind. That's a pretty easy question. All right, so let me go ahead and grab the circuit boards. We're going to knock out where we got those algae and all that. Ooh, and we actually have a decent amount of super alloy. And circuit boards? All right, let's grab 6. And 12. Because that should more than take care of everything. Okay, so we're just going to start this by making it nice and easy. That's not the right thing. Nice and easy is I'll pop right here. So you are algae now. And you get rid of your stuff. Next contestant. Bacteria. Which I don't believe we already have storage for at all. Actually, am I producing the bacteria samples? I don't know if we are. We'll have to look into that. I probably am. So then I'll have mutagen. Same deal. The mutagen's right there. And switch you over. And then I'll have the mutagen 2. Which is here. And then the mutagen 3. You get the idea what's happening here. Basically, we're depreciating all these lockers, making it so we have way more storage and better visibility in our storage area. And we can also fit more storage lockers in kind of the same area. We have mutagen 4. You are here. And that was literally exactly how many I needed. So yeah, so we've got mutagen 4 going on, so that's good news. We can pop over here and just say, hey, get rid of the iron and the other iron. So we're good with that. Alright, so I need a mutagen 4. What else do I need? It's probably a fertilizer 2. Part of me wants... What is this box? What is that box? Because if I get rid of that box, I can use this... I can duck around there. Fish. I mean, it does fit with what's there. It's getting moved. Like, it's still fine. I still want it, but, I'm thinking if I put it over here, when I want to cut from one side of the area to the other, instead I have to walk the whole way around, I can just get to the end here, duck through, and we're in. So for you... For an amphibian egg, I bet you I could probably just remember the pattern. It was 2, the mutagen. Ooh, and then it was also plankton, if I recall correctly. Let's put these back. The plankton. So we haven't unlocked the pattern yet. Yeah, because that's where we'll make it, but we haven't had it show up. Let's check on this. I do need to get... There's a couple machines we're missing for doing DNA stuff. Insert frog eggs to create frogs. We don't have frog eggs yet. We will need that to use to make the frog eggs. We're right about to get the first frog egg recipe there. The other things we need... Oh, we did get the tier 2 aquarium. Which gives us a little bit of everything. Which would be nice to add on to our place just to keep the aesthetic we've been doing. Which I will worry about in a minute. But we did get, yeah, here it is, the genetic extractor. Let's focus on the genetic extractor, because I think that's more important. So blue, pink, and yellow. Easy enough. Let's go to our crystals over here. So pink, blue, yellow. I saw there was a circuit board required, which is here. And then we needed tier 3 and an osmium rod. And a tier 3 mutagen, which will be over here. May regret doing it this way, but I kind of want to keep all that stuff together. Okay, so we can extract genetic traits from stuff. You can extract genes from, and it's basically everything. So, yeah, so it'll tell us size, color, bioluminescence, all sorts of stuff. And then later we'll get the genetic sequencer. So we've got that built. I don't know how important that was now. I'm going to need multiple energy multiplier fuses to get a bunch of this stuff set up for the portal. Honestly, it may not be the worst decision for us to get the portal pretty soon, because we can get a lot of rare resources through it. The challenge is it costs us crystals to get it, and right now I don't have a great way of getting more crystals. We haven't found a place I can mine them as of yet. And running around the map to collect them. I can get the pulsar crystals. Those are easy. Oh, interesting. That part of the map has totally changed. Like, so far as the way it appears on the minimap. I think that's just a correction on the minimap, though. Wait, what are you? Oh, you're just my trees. So we did find the bunker. We bring a fusion cell over there, we could pop that open. And there was mention that there'd be another ship somewhere on the map with the patch notes, but I do not see it, but that's okay. Oh, you're playing the DLC? Yep. Yep, no, hence the title specifically mentioning Humble. Alright. So. We've got the bauxite over there. Got the super aluminum, got that. Got the zeolite already hooked up. We don't need dolomite, we've already got bauxite. So you don't see any of the stuff there that I've got going on. We've been running around underneath. I'm pretty sure we've explored... Unless we get a new area of the map opening up, I think we've explored the whole map.
Thank you, Enlightened Corgi, for subscribing for 1 month.
Thank you, Enlightened Corgi, for the tier 1 sub. I really do appreciate that. I do hope you enjoy the stream and enjoy your advertising for viewing, as well as access to the emotes, so thank you again for that. Wasn't there other areas you could see on the map outside the known map? Not really. Like, there was this area that I couldn't reach before, but now I can. But all the rest is just rocky. Yes, I'm trying to think. Basically, I need a source of the crystals that's reliable. Because right now, the best I've got is there's these like little spire things that you find. That you can go to the little spire things and you can grab the little gem off the top and you can get rid of them. At first I was like, oh, these appear to be like they might be renewable. But we have since learned that like they're really not. Like I haven't seen one get repopulated. And so far we haven't seen a place. Yeah, there's one of the things that's just talking about right up here. And so far I haven't seen any place that I've been able to mine them. And I think we already tried placing a tier 3 drill on one of them. Or one of the areas we thought would have them. Now we did see a cave. Let's try going with the tier 3 drill just in case I was mistaken and I hadn't already gone back to it. There was a cave way earlier we found pulsar crystals. We couldn't build drills in it. It was all rock ground, so it would just not let us place it. But let's see if we take a tier 3 drill right outside. And if it'll let us do that. And then meanwhile, this will give me a couple more gems. Okay, so let's pop down here. So I need an iridium rod is going to be the tricky one. Yep, because we're always out of those. Which that'll stop being a problem once we have our rocket engines all made. Which I don't really need to make that many, but it's fine. It's those problems I'm not too worried about because it does solve itself. Yeah, so I did see we've already been to the bunker thing. There was a mention of a smuggler ship that I haven't seen that yet. Oh, wasn't it? I remember where they said the smuggler ship was. Because they had patch notes that are like, hey, here's the things we've added to the map. Which I think it's fair to look that stuff up when you've already played the map a whole bunch, because you'll just keep going to the areas you've already been. I want to say they mentioned it being in the ice caves. Oh, if we're going to the ice caves, I should just teleport there. I literally have a teleporter in the ice caves. That'd also explain why I didn't see it, because it'll probably be underground. Yeah, it's all junk we don't care about. There's also 23 hidden chests now. We haven't found any of them yet. But I wouldn't say I put in a lot of time and effort looking either. Okay, none of that's new. You know, I'm fully expecting it to be one of the areas, like, around here that we've already been before. That would be it, apparently. I was actually expecting it to be inside of the caves, but, you know. Let's see what we got up here. You know, that would explain, because we came by here earlier and we saw the osmium here, and it was just like, okay, it's weird that there's this like place that just has osmium for no reason. That'll help out. That'll actually help out a lot because that's that much stuff I don't need to manufacture anymore. Don't do this to me. Oh, we cannot see that at all. I'm assuming it's a gold-colored outfit by its name. Oh, I actually don't want to grab that. Honestly, keep that too. We can grab these. Okay, we officially have access to the frog eggs. I'm assuming those are supposed to be weapons. Oh yeah, we have a bunch of lore I still haven't read. Should probably do that at some point. I probably do want those. Let's see. Start chucking the aluminum out of here. I think these make more sense than the aluminum to bring home. The circuit board probably does as well. Honestly, put those explosives back for right now. I've got tons of explosives. Okay, so both ships have a place I can use a fusion core to get access to more ship. We should definitely do that. As, like, probably a near-term priority. Because we pretty much have access to just about everything in the game now. Don't do this to me. There we go. Get out of my life. Okay. Yeah, no, we got basically all the stuff we need. We got the osmium rod. We got the osmium rod, which wasn't as big a deal, but it was the iridium rod that was the problem. So we got that too. And we also got a bunch of rocket engines. And that's valuable to me because that's what we're using a lot of those iridium rods for. So I can just go in here and say, boom, that's that many more iridium rods I don't need. We can pop onto the roof, drop the gem in there real quick. Which it is a thing that is gradually solving itself. But we're not there yet. And the explosive powder. There you go. Circuits, there you go. The uranium rods. There you go. Iridium rods, don't drop them all off, just a couple. The iridium ore, go ahead. I'm also just gonna go to the overflow chest over here. And drop those off there. Oh yeah, we didn't see our outfit. Yeah, so we got a gold colored outfit. We go with all our other ones. I'm imagining we don't have any new blueprints. Nope. Okay, and I'm trying to remember what I need to drill for. So we need the super alloy rod, because I know we need to do that. Oh, right, we're going to check to see if we could make the crystals happen now with the tier 3 drill, because we hadn't tested in a while. You're about titanium, aren't you? Oh, no, you're not. Thank you. Okay, so we've got food. Alright, so there's a couple places to test. I'm pretty sure we already went into the crystal field over here and tried plunking one down with a tier 3. I can't remember if it was a tier 2 or 3, though, so we're just gonna more than confirm our things by just trying to chunk down another one. And honestly, I think my best case is I'd really like to just give me those quartz things that are the variety of them. Because if I get that, then I no longer even need to worry about it. If it gives me one of them, that's good, but also a problem. Because then I gotta figure out how the heck to get the others. I think what I'm ultimately going to need to do is I'm ultimately going to need to make the portal and then start using the portal to, go and get the crystals, because that's what I remember doing last time, was kind of the best way to get all the crystals was to just go through the portal, do an exploration where you grab all the crystals while you're running through, and then those crystals end up replenishing your supply. Yeah, so this is thought 1. We'll just try pulling it down here. We had already tested this previously, but I can't remember if it was a tier 2 or a 3, and it probably has to be a tier 3. We're just gonna go right down in here, where very clearly we are in here. Surprisingly, sulfur is what the options gave us. Alright, so that one isn't it. I'm gonna try going over to where the big ringed desert area is. Because if we go there, then there is a cave that we had crystals along there, and it's gonna be trying to put a drill as close to the edge of that cave as possible. I don't think that's gonna improve our situation. We'll also try just going inside the cave, just in... Hi, tree, you were abruptly there. Yeah, so cave's right up there. But yeah, so this is all stone here, so I can't put the drill here. I think the closest I can put the drill is like over there. Yeah, which is box it, because it's just considered this area. But I'm pretty sure we tried to go in here as like one of the first things we did. Only to find... this whole place is stone. Yep, and it still is. Because that's what I was thinking was the best bet for us to find anything special. So we can drop down here. I also didn't try putting anything down here. I don't expect any type of meaningful results. Alright, box it. The zeolite will be over there somewhere. I didn't put a mark on it. But I haven't been down here and put the drills down, so let's just plunk the drill down. Can the drill fit in this water? It probably won't work. Doesn't matter anyways. It's offering sulfur. Okay. And we can head well into this biome. This feels like it's sulfur territory. Dolomite. Okay, so the zeolot teleporter should be over here somewhere. But I'm first going to try putting the drill in here. I feel like we already did this, though. I feel like I did run around down here with the tier 2 and tier 3 drill and just was like, what do you show me? Dolomite. Okay, we can go right over here. And somewhere over here will be a way into this area. And then this will be zeolite in here. Well, at least we get that. I did see the drill is over there. I'm just taking a quick glance over here to see if we see any more of those prism things. Because if I can get enough of those, like I said, I can build the teleporter to other worlds. And I'm curious about what it'll be in this game, because in the other game, the other worlds are almost entirely about going into a shipwreck and exploring them. It'd be a little sad if that's exactly the same it was. It would also be very understandable. But with this one having a way less of the shipwrecks, it would honestly be a little bit interesting to go over there and have more of an outdoor exploring space. Because it was literally, there was a couple boxes outside and you just never bothered because it was as fast as you could beeline into the base was what you did. Alright. So with that out of the way, the question is where I should put the drill. So we are doing fine. Like the dolomite we don't care about, the bauxite we're fine on, and the urnite we're fine on. Is there any of these materials in here that we can mine that is a big thing? The osmium? The osmium. Fair enough. Let's just teleport to the osmium. We'll just plunk down another drill. Not even worry about anything else. Just drop the drill, turn it to drop off stuff. Because osmium's starting to get hit hard now we're making stuff with it, and literally I still have that. I thought I'd already put a second drill here, but I guess I was wrong. Cool. And osmium, and set to the network. Alright, so that should help with the osmium a little bit. Alright, so let's make the 2 fusion cells I'll need to get in the rest of those ships. Because I make those 2 fusion cells, I might just find things that can help me get stuff going. Oh, we also need to get the amphibians. Let's actually, 1 second. Amphibians first, then we'll do the fuel cells. So I'm going to need, what do I need for the eggs? That's the big question. For the eggs, I need generic frog eggs. Do I just like... Don't I just like find those on the ground? trying to remember. Let's actually check our water thing. It could even be that our water thing is filling up with them. You did set up a second housing drill, but you're... Oh, well, that's a different type of fish egg. Okay. So you can go over here to where it says fish. I mean, you are demanding it. Why are you not emptying it? And you are putting those out. I mean, that's fine. I'll just grab them manually and move them. Yeah, so... Fish. Well, those are 300%ers. Oh, right. I just had the little aquariums. That's fine. Alright. Anyways, back to what we're working on. So while we wait to figure this out, let's go ahead and get the amphibian farm. That's easy. It's a common larva. You know what I need to add? Where's the larva box? Okay, do actually have a bunch of common larvae in there. That's fine. I was gonna say, I'm gonna need common larvae, and I've been throwing those away. So I'll need 2 fertilizer and 2 water. The water is over here? No, over here. Because those are very cheap to make the amphibian things. Yep. Okay, and how am I doing on time? Alright, chat. So I do think my wife has probably gotten home. I thought I heard her car door just a moment ago. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to take another break. We're not going to worry about running the ad again because we did just do an ad break. But this is usually when I take my break during stream, about 5 minutes. Welcome my wife home, throw some dinner in the oven, all that going. It's my one long break for the stream. But it's just timing-wise with the stream thing. So I'm going to quickly do that, and I'll be right back. In the meantime, I'm actually going to leave this... I'm going to top off my food, and I'm just going to leave this running for a minute. And with that, I'll be back in just a couple minutes. So thank you again for tuning in, and I'll be right back. Let's try that again without Sidekick breaking immediately. Because, like, when it didn't start playing the clip, I'm like, hang on a second. All right, you gonna actually do it this time? I don't have words on stream configured. Okay, all right, I'll be back. Right. Hey, Train, could you not? Hey, Train, please. Train. No. This is not my stop, Train. I don't want to go this way. Let me free. All right, so we're going to... Oh, God. And we just need to straighten it out and everything will be fine. Alright, I'm gonna do something I know is not gonna end well, but I'm gonna be cursed until it happens. Okay. You know what we should do that our characters haven't done? Let's have a lantern. A sky lantern thing. We've done this, I think, 3 or 4 times in this run, and we have had not a single one that has been a positive experience. So, we'll see if this one's better. It's the first time we've had one with clear skies. Hang on. What? What is that nightmare? Like, the helicopter didn't bring that much. No, I get that's from the trap, but it's the sheer number that's like, what? What? Destroy it all. You're showing me that this is perfect. Ah, don't worry, chat. My paint job is perfect. My paint job is definitely not missing anything. The game says we're done here. I especially like, it'd be one thing if it was literally like that was painted, this is nice and uniform, except I got a bunch of like splash over here. Hey, I'm not gonna argue with the game logic. It's perfect. We can do it. We can do it. I think I can. How's that gonna work? That's how that works. Excellent. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that box facing the wrong direction? You just can't do it? Here. I'm sorry. That's my mistake. There we go. Hey. Yeah, I'm poorly equipped for this guy. Did you? Well, I will take my victory. That's bad. That's bad. That's really bad. That's really bad. Get up, get up, get up, get up. And we're safe. Whew. Nah, it's fine. We weren't moments away from death. Yeah, when I yelled, get more involved. I don't want to be here. I missed. It counts. It counts. Yeah. Your child will be 100% safe in that treehouse. I wish it kept the treehouse up there, and we could build a bridge that stands. But it takes an engineer to build the bridge that barely stands. All right, I have a potato harvest all.
And now, let's talk about what you've got under there. Holy
Haha! You are impressed by my ceremonial weapons. Each of these weapons have drank their fill of blood in ceremonial combat, or of the blood of those who tried to remove them from me. Did I stutter? The blood of those who tried to remove them from me stains these weapons. Ha! You are indeed brave, little one. Brave and stupid. Let the combat commence. Kapla!
Okay. Good job, man. So we got a bamboo. What is that? What is that? Hang on. What is that nightmare? Like, apparently we have a meteor coming in. I'm also apparently low in hydration. But thank you for holding out for the break and all that, and thank you for the follow and all that. Just, this is a usual thing with the stream around this time. It's clearly a pulsar meteor with how long it went, but I have absolutely no idea where it dropped in. It feels like it was over there, but I mean, honestly, we're mostly full on pulsar crystal stuff anyways. So if I see it, great. If not, whatever. So what the heck was I doing a minute ago? Let's see. We got the amphibian things turned on, but I need amphibian eggs. And I don't remember where to get those. Right, so we did build the amphibian thing. I can also make the aquarium clusters, because they've been doing that kind of thing. So I got like the butterfly cluster over here that's like this. And then I got on the other side the tree cluster, the biodomes. And the intent would be that I'd go over there farther and then set up the aquarium clusters, which honestly is still probably... Well, how close am I to the fish farm? So let's see. The aquarium gives me a little bit of everything. Not a good amount of anything, but just generically a little bit of everything. Whereas the fish farm, I think, gives us way more of stuff, which I don't remember where that is listed here. It's not for a little while. Yeah, so we need to get the frog eggs. And I vaguely remember finding those just on the ground near the water's edge when I last played. It's either that or in these, and I do not remember. Maybe both. But remember, as well as things that once I got one and I got the frogs off the ground, that was fine. And then the alternative was I can just, now that the frogs are unlocked, that I can go and open new boxes, and if I go in those new boxes, there is a chance. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll make those 2 fusion cells, because I can make those relatively easy. We can go check out those 2 ships, because I might get the energy boosters, and if we get the energy boosters, I can make our portals, and if I can make our portals, we can go to our worlds, and potentially snag some stuff that way. And we could do a lot with that. So let's see what it would take to make those. So is the energy cells, 3 pulsar, 2 obsidian, or it's obsidian. So we want 2 of them. I would need the osmium, which I literally don't have any because we're consuming it all. So we'll deal with that in a hot minute. We have the pulsars. There's the 6 pulsars I need, so I need a little bit of osmium, which we should be actually getting at an okay speed now. What I can do in the meantime is if we teleport down to the zeolite teleporter. No, I already grabbed the ones by the zeolite teleporter. If we grab if we go to the osmium node, so it's not right here, but over top of it. Over top of it, we have a bunch of osmium. I don't think there's a fast route up there. I don't see a vine that just gives me access to it. That's fine. I need to zip on over here. We should be able to find a bunch of osmium up there. It'll probably be one of those things that I need to add another osmium drill. That'll be a thing that'll happen a lot as we go through the late game, is certain materials, and I don't know which materials it'll be this time, but certain materials I end up getting myself like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drills on one material, just because for whatever reason I disproportionately use that material more. But my hope is that we'll be able to go into these ships, and I might find some frog eggs, and then we can get our frogs going. Because each one of those animals higher you get end up being like a much bigger supply of animals. So like your insects, or sorry, like for biomass, you have like your plants don't give you a whole lot of biomass, and then you get your insects, and that's quite a bit more biomass, and then you get your fish, and that's even more biomass, and you get a frog, and that's another big step up in biomass. And then when you finally get to like, I can't remember, they're like in the area of like reptile, amphibians / mammal, they're just the land animals. When you get those, that's very large amounts of biomass. And so it ends up being a whole big thing. We also haven't looked for or found any of those hidden special chests. So we should probably look for those at some point. I'll go ahead and grab these while we're in here. The plants become quite green? Yep, we're getting there. We are officially in the amphibian stage. And if I recall correctly, I think it literally goes amphibian stage, and then I think next is like the land animal stage. I can't remember if it's like mammals or how it determines it. But it is like just, okay, now you're dealing with stuff on the land. And at that point, like, stuff's just easy to come by. Okay, so osmium, Kate. Well, the osmium teleporter was, I don't remember which way from us. That's fine. There's nowhere near the most efficient way to get home, but it'll probably be faster for me to just go here than trying to figure out which way it was back there. Let's see. Anatomic, basically. Yeah. Oh, right, we just go right off here in the super alloy. Right down here at the bottom of this ledge is the super alloy teleporter. You go right down there. There's a teleporter right here. Aminoita. I will trust you. I do not know that word. How's it going, Infinity Simplex? Alright, so we've got a whole bunch of the osmium. So I should be able to go over here and make 2 fusion cells. And then we can drop the rest of this off. So you can drop all of that in there. And put a cobalt in here. Oh, here we are. I keep doing that. I'm gonna drop you in there. Sort. That'll give me a couple more crystals. Okay, so let's double check with the frog. Well, we have the fish container. What I probably need to do is before we run off, let's get a frog one. So let's grab. It was a circuit board and 2 super aluminums. So circuit board. And 2 super aluminum. And so now I could go over here to what says fish and go Froggo and tell it to bring all the frog eggs and all we find. I apparently cannot set any of those yet, but that's fine. We'll get there. Because I'm not seeing frog eggs listed anywhere in here. Because we got our plankton, we got our fish eggs, we got our larvae. That's fine. It'll sit here for right now. We can deal with it later. Let's eat our food. Okay, and so looking at our stuff, we can go to the osmium teleporter and very quickly get to the smuggler ship. Hey, Sleepy Dev, getting your 5 stream streak. Thanks so much for the 5 stream streak. I really do appreciate it. I do hope you've been enjoying the stream and all that. How's it been going today? It's been going good. We're making good progress. Oh, oh. Frog eggs. Oh, I see. I see. So it's those little like... Let's see, there's another one here. There's like these little things, or like a little rock ring with a like little spot of water in the middle of it. We can find the generic frog eggs in those. Because that's what I remember from the first one. I remember having a little bit of time to... Like, it took me a little while to find what I was looking for. And that's what it took, was just locating one of those. Alright, so that's out. We don't want that. So I want to go up and in here. Up to top, we'll check out the smuggler ship. But yeah, so we did get our first frog eggs. So we can go to the thing and use our stuff to alter it. And when we alter it, we'll be able to get much better frogs. And those will then give us even more ability to speed up the rate we're going. Because I want to say you finish the game at like 22 TTI. So where we're at GTI, TTI would be the next tier higher. But a lot of that is just more yes. Which I think one of the things I slept on the first time I played through is I kept focusing on just more biomass, more biomass, more biomass. But there was still more I could do with the oxygen and the air pressure and all that for a while. Like, it takes a good while to cap those off. I think we're in better shape this time than I was when I did it the last time. Okay, so somewhere back in here was a reactor. I think it was upstairs. Because we were here just a minute ago. Yep. Liking all this. A lot of goodies in here. We probably won't end up keeping the aluminum thing. So we already have that one. I don't think we have the other ones. Grab the rockets, those are always valuable. And pretty soon we'll stop caring about picking up a lot of that stuff. Okay, do we have stuff worth more than the circuit board? Yeah, get these out of here. Cool. And we did fully check these. Yep, so that was definitely worth a fusion core. We got literally almost all the materials back just directly as the materials. And then on top of that, a whole bunch of goodies and a ton more just little things. So yeah, so the smuggler ship, I feel comfortable that we have fully explored that. The next thing we're going to do is drop down here. And teleport back to drop off our ill-gotten gains. We did get one of the two energy things I was hoping to get out of that, so my hope is we'll find one in the other place, because I need two of those to make the teleporter. So we can go here, so that's an energy thing there. And honestly, we can go and run back here. I will need a container for the DNA, because I don't think I have one. So let's see. Osmium rods. Boom. Super alloy rods. Boom. Pulsar crystals. I'm pretty sure we're basically full. We are full. Gonna put that in overflow for now. Drop you here. Drop you there. We have zeolite over here. Oh, no, actually it's not. Oh yeah, no, it's still over here. Zeolite over there. We can go to the circuit boards. The explosive powder. Just gonna start hucking more stuff into the overflow. And we could drop off the rocket engines. Okay, we can also get the first of the frog set up. So the frog is that and a T4 mutagen, which should be right there. And pop in here real fast and say, hey, I would like a frog, please. Okay, I will need a circuit board and 2 super alloy. And then this will be for DNA. We can go right there. And drop you in there. Oh, not you. So let's see what these other 2 outfits are. Honestly, like, I realize it's a character model that your outfit's like this big baggy thing, and that's just the way it is, which is fine. It makes sense. You're on a planet that was inhospitable and yada yada. But honestly, it doesn't seem to matter what color you put on, because you're like, no, I'm still wearing a garbage bag for an outfit. There's not a making it that much better. But officially, we're gonna have Froggos. Thank you, Wifey. I will. That looks like it's cooked like perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you pulled it out. Yeah. It's always those things when you do like frozen pizza. It feels like they're always either just a little bit on the undercooked or the little bit burnt side, and you want them just like just the smidge of burnt, just a light burning, the tiniest little bit of burning. So let's see. That's probably the fastest one for me to get over. It is like opposite side of the map, but it's opposite side of the map, like left, like east-west, but it's correct north-south, versus the osmium is the opposite side of the map, north-south, but then I have to go up a big cliff. The zeolite is underground. The zeolite's actually over there as well. And like, it's definitely closer than physical, but I gotta like wind my way up through the caves to get to it, so maybe not closer. The zeolite's probably the fastest if you know your route. But this one I'm like, yeah, I can just cut right across the back here. Yeah, mildly singed. There are certain things that should be a little bit burnt. That's when we get talking about, like, you know, we're talking about eating and, you know, vegetables come up in any capacity. It is kind of a reoccurring thing on the channel. You know, parents ruining vegetables for children, one boiled vegetable at a time. Basically saying, hey, if you want to make a vegetable sad, you boil it. And there's exceptions to that. Like, you do potatoes, you can boil potatoes to make mashed potatoes and yada yada. Or, like, if you're doing more prep. But when someone takes carrots, they're like, yeah, well, we're just gonna boil these. It's like, but why? You've made this worse through more effort. I don't understand. Alright. But then you get to, like, Brussels sprouts, like, or broccoli or whatever. It's like, you know, the best way to prepare it's like, yeah, you burn it just a smidge. Pan, oil, maybe something like butter. Burn it just a little bit. Perfection. Okay, so there was that underground area we checked out. Ooh. It was the underground area that had that. I was heading over to our ship. We've already been to the ship. This is actually where I meant to be. So, task failed successfully. I was actually heading towards the ship because, like, I need this over the ship. Alright, so somewhere down here was another reactor. Pan, oil, splash of lemon. Sear those Brussels sprouts. Yep. Like, there's lots of options, but it's like, yeah, no, you gotta sear them just a little bit. Gotta give them just a little light burning. Okay, was it like right here? Okay, so somewhere, some doors open down here. So it's not... Yeah, no, it wasn't this one. There's a door around the corner from here, right? Hey, it gave me an energy multiplier. We're still going to do a quick walk around. But that's the 2 energy multipliers I need to make the teleporter. And then once we make the teleporter, if I find more energy multipliers, I could actually hook them up to our power generation and not have to deal with it anymore. Let's just check down here. As you remember last Friday, you accidentally wasted 2 whole pans of mashed potatoes, and they barely made it through the 5th grade before you ran out. That's no fun. Did you just like... Well, I mean, depending how they're made, usually it's either just add more potato or add more that, unless you burnt them. If they're burned, they're burned. But that said, when you're talking about like cafeteria style where you're making bulk, it's probably not as easy as, let me just get another cup of potato and toss it in there. You know, it's too runny or whatever. Yep, the Stargate thing requires 2 of them, and I have 3 now. 1 that's in use, and then now we have 2 of the others. But that's good, because that means we have gone through, and as far as I'm aware on our map, we have been into all of the wrecks and fully explored them. Now, supposedly there's 23 hidden chests on the map, and honestly, the reason I probably haven't seen any of them is I had to clean up the loading dock. Oh! I understand. So they were cooked fine, but in transportation, they experienced physics. I gotcha. So they were being moved, and gravity and the tray became familiarized with one another. Let's see, how would a PSA about not boiling food with eyes play out? Not boiling food with eyes? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, it'd be basically like, hey, you know, if you want your kids to eat more veggies, give them carrot sticks and dippy stuff. Believe me, those carrots are gonna go. Unless they very specifically don't like carrots, at which point, you know, insert other vegetable here. Not that there couldn't be any kids who are just like straight up no on the veggie list, but generally. It's not fun, like you say, the pan, the pavement kind of gift. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like when you're first, you're like, you ruined a pan. I'm like, you know, there's lots of stuff. You're like, oh, you know, it got burnt or it was undercooked or whatever. Potatoes have eyes? Yeah. Potatoes, like, they're like the little knots on them that you, like, that's where the potato grows from if you plant them. When you boil them, those get mashed up too. You can cut those out if you really care. I personally don't, but, you know, you could. Because when you boil it, it all goes mushy. Alright, we can drop off the Lima. Okay, so let's check our power. We should have tons. 4,220 or whatever it is. So, let's make our giant portal. So that's 2 energy fuse multipliers. It is 2 fusion energy cells. So that's... Do we even have the osmium, please? Not enough for 2, but that'll probably sort itself out in a minute. 6 pulsar crystals. Oh, didn't I have some in the overflow? That's fine. So I need 2 more. Yeah, no, you're definitely bringing them over. I probably need another drill over there. I should also check to see if we have enough drones now, because we are starting to get to that point that I've got a lot of drones running around. So there's one. How are drones doing? You starting to get taxed? Yep. Let's also check. Can I get the tier 2 drones yet from the trade rocket? How much? So we're sitting on 11,000. So, okay. So you can see we can get better eggs and all this stuff. But what we really want is the tier 2 drones. So I'm 100 points shy, or 100 tokens shy of getting the tier 2 drones. Yeah, so when we get the tier 2 drones, we'll just straight up replace the tier 1 drones with those as able. I don't remember what they cost. It'll probably be a project. So there's one more osmium. Let's teleport over to the osmium and see what we can make happen. I probably need to put another drill over there. There we go. And now give us another fuel cell. Okay, and then I need 2 circuit boards and 2 super alloy. And then I believe it was a compass. And the compass is inexpensive. So 2 aluminum, silicon, and a magnesium. So magnesium, no silicon, and an aluminum. Alright, well that's lovely. Okay. So I need another aluminum and I need another silicon. So there's a good chance I might actually need these things running more stuff. Now the good news, and there we go, give. The good news with that is it is still producing at a pretty decent rate, so eventually it should catch up. So we need the compass. And with that, I have everything I need to make the teleporter. Which should be fascinating to find a place to put that down. Scan for distant wrecks. So it is the exact same mechanic we had last time. And I always forget, like, with the difficulty in that. I vaguely remember that the difficulty... Use this machine to explore wrecks scattered around your planets. Portals require quartz to be open. Rescan for location if you do not have enough quartz. Rarity levels indicate the rarity of loot found in the wrecks. Difficulty levels indicate how complex the interior of the wrecks are. All locations contain at least 1 wreck, sometimes more. You need to come back via the portal to keep the loot gathered. Wrecks contain unique loot. Alright. So. And this will keep giving this stuff back. Go away. So it'd be 2 blue, 2 purple, a green, and 4 pink. Okay. So it's 4 pink ones. And I believe it's 1 green. Okay. So now, in theory, if that's everything I need, these are where you get your wrecks. I had it precisely. So when you hop through here, and I'm assuming this will be literally exactly like the other game, like the not DLC was. So it teleports you to a different area, you go back out through there, And there'll be a couple of wrecks, potentially. So we got one over here. And they're going to have all sorts of goodies inside. Generally, the difficulty is what you care about the most, because usually the difficulty means the larger the area, so the more loot you get. Oh, they started adding fusion cells in these. They didn't used to do that. I think that's good. But that does mean I'm going to have to go back, grab a fusion cell, and come back out here. So we got something we can unlock. We'll go ahead and grab the rods and the zeolite. I don't really care about the rest. We're going to end up throwing a lot of stuff. I'm not going to bring it all out. You eventually get to the point with these where you pretty much only grab the, you almost only grab the enhanced things and that kind of stuff, like the money, the enhance, and all that. But right now, I'm still early on, that it is worth me grabbing a bunch of stuff out of here. Honestly, I might have a use for that. Yeah, so I'm going to have to pop out here, and we'll probably want to set up a box for the fusion cells. Oh, right. These ones, they need you to have explosives. Didn't we see explosives already in a box nearby? If not, we can go for those too, since I already know I'm going to have to return. Yep. Fortunately, we were provided with what we need. I probably didn't need to blow that up. And most of the time you can follow the right wall and it'll get you through the whole place. Not always, though. Sometimes this is the room you're looking for. The room in the back usually has most of the goodies. But then they usually also would have keys, and you'd find the keys and you'd go into the ship and use the keys to open up, like, its vault or whatever. But I haven't played in a good while, and I know they did updates. Yeah, that's going to be by the fusion reactor. Okay, so we do want to come back after we go and check on the, like, get a fuel cell. I do not care about the flares at all. I'm just doing a peek just in case there's a second ship here. I don't think there will be, but these early ones when I'm short on supplies, any loot I can get is good. All right. Did you bring water? No. But I'm going to be teleporting back out of here in a minute. But I should bring, like, 2 bottles of water with us each time we come in, just to give ourselves as much time as possible. Because some of the, like, this is not a big wreck, but some of the wrecks are really big and take a long time to get through. Actually, let's keep that one on me. Alright. Let's get back out from this underground area. And there's the portal back out. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's just the one wreck. Let's see. Is there anything I really don't want to carry? Okay, so we can teleport home with our goodies. And like I said, we'll want to go back in there. I wasn't expecting those ships to have a fusion cell. So it'll be one of those things that we're going to need to make it a point to probably set up automatic production of fusion cells, which is going to be real painful on our resources for a bit here. So let's sip our water. Okay. But, as you can see, that jumped a lot of our stuff ahead. We're boom, we've got a bunch of those. Oh, that's just the osmium straight up. There's a bunch of osmium rods. There's a bunch of uranium rods. There's a bunch of iridium rods. There's a rocket engine. We got a bunch of the crystals, so the pulsars, we still got plenty. There's the blazer crystals. There's those. We have quasar, solar. We have the zeolite. We've got tier 2 fertilizer and explosive powder. But it's one of those things you end up doing late in the game when you start like getting all your stuff set up. You're like, like I just want to do something else for a couple of minutes. You can run out there, get a bunch of supplies, and some of the things you get out of there end up being amazing. So we got a light box, and then we got a blueprint I can't use for anything. Okay, so rather than sit here and deal with this all this way, if we go to the auto crafter, so it's 2 osmium ore. And an osmium rod. Or sorry, super alloy rod. Let's go upstairs. And put it around here, we'll probably be able to reach everything it needs. We could set you to make that. What would it be short on? So it's sulfur. Oh, you need to be way over here. Hang on. If I put you way over here, you should be in a much better place. Because with that, we've got... Yeah, so the pulsar crystal will be over there. Probably in range. But, yeah, no. Oh, actually, we can probably just put this the whole way over, can't we? Okay. Yeah, so with that, the osmium is right down there. Sorry, the osmium is right here. What all do I need for that again? Ah, that's going to be a problem. So the issue I have is the obsidian is here. The osmium is there, and the pulsar is way over there. Alright, so that's just we need to move the obsidian. That's probably due anyways. So we're going to go ahead and move the obsidian to be over here somewhere, and that'll resolve our issue. So I'm going to need 2 super alloy and a circuit board. And you can probably go... Put you over here. Obsidian. And demand. Where are you at, Obsidian? You're here somewhere. You are. Demand the obsidian. And go here and say, hey. Get it all out. We'll probably also want to go over here and put the zeolite over here somewhere as well. We'll go ahead and do that while that's getting moved over. So grab you. And you. Then go right here. And I know these are a tile farther out this way. They're that way because there's the support in the middle. That support right there won't let me put them as far back. So zeolite, we will go ahead and clear that out and use supply. Cool. So with that, it should get them all put over here. And with that, I believe it will be in range to get the fusion cells made. So we should have the fusion cells being produced right here. Cool. Honestly, I don't actually care about the pulsar crystal rockets anymore. I'm producing them fast enough, it's pretty irrelevant now. Can you make a Dropbox to distribute? Can you make a Dropbox to distribute resources by drone so you don't have to look up a specific box when dropping your backpack? Yeah, that's what this box is. The problem is I've got a bunch of stuff that doesn't have a home in here. That, like, I literally just don't have a place to put it. But that is what that box is meant for, is a place I can just drop stuff in and it will sort itself out later. Alright, where did that go? Probably in the water. So I'm willing to peek at it while we're waiting anyways. That's fine. You can drop a box in your adventures, set it to demand stuff. Yeah, no, I can definitely do that. Then I just have to pick the stuff, like, or I have to pick up the box later, or it just becomes a mess. I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, no, you can make the drones do it all. That's fine. All right, so with all that, we've got our fusion cell. So let's take a sippy sip of the water. Now, we had identified that through the portal, there was a room I couldn't get into because I didn't realize they were going to require fusion cells now. Because that wasn't a thing the last time I played. You wouldn't have shipwrecks that would need fusion cells to get at. Like, you had the wrecks on your home planet, but the ones out here, you had, like, keys you get. Alright, so where is that wreck? There you are. So pop in here, we'll find that fusion area, and we'll just go through. Because usually behind those kind of doors, you almost always have, like, those big vault-type things. And so I assume a lot of the value of the wreck is going to be captured behind there. So same as always, just following the right-hand side. There's only a couple different patterns that following the right-hand side won't reveal everything. You've already checked all this out. Yeah, so it'll be a lot of going back over the same route we did before, but that's a big reason why. Yes, that one's just gonna be this way. Okay, so this might be a new area that we went through that bulkhead. Might also not be. So yeah, this is where we were before. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We should have at least one set of doors that opened up that weren't available before. There might be a middle part here that I have to cut into the middle. There we are. So at a minimum, that was one door. We might have more than that. I think that might have been it. In that case, that one opening it wasn't worth it. The cost of that fusion cell was probably higher, but it's fine. I mean, I guess we got the tokens, so if I were to sell the fusion cell, we still would have made out ahead of selling it. You know, all that, you know, there. You can drop you off. Drop you off. Oh, you're full now. Do you sell worth anything? You do. I don't really want to set that to be sold, though, because if I do that, the amount of super L I'm going to go through, how fast I'm going to go through is going to be a problem. Okay. So with that, we should be able to buy the tier 2 pattern. Let me go ahead, well actually, and close that portal, we're done there. So we can go here, and I was like, let's go ahead and get the drone tier 2. So it's gonna take a little while to get back. We got a bunch of spare pulsar crystals. We can drop those all there. Okay, I'll need the explosive for the next one. Got some extra food and all that. Alright. So, we need more frog. So let's try and pop down here and see if we can't find one of those like little puddle things. And see if we can't find ourselves some more generic frog eggs to get that going. I probably do also need to scale up the so I probably do need to scale up the fish stuff, because we now have the aquarium 2s, and I should build those. Which my intent is to build that off the back of the base, just like I did those other clusters. I'd kind of hoped I was going to find some frog eggs, like, in all that. So I'm looking for, is every once in a while when you're running around the map, there'll be like this little rock circle with a little puddle in the middle of it. That's what we're looking for, because those little puddles in the middle of it, that's where we've been finding the frog eggs. We've only found one there so far, but just remember that from the not DLC part of the game. You get your initial frog eggs from those things, and later on you just get better ways to get them. We should also check the thing that collects the plankton for us. There's a pretty good chance it'll have either be full of like fish eggs, or I think you can rarely get frog eggs in there, like once you get far enough. I'm clearly not looking in the right place. It'll be one of those things that eventually I'll remember where one is, and periodically I'll just spin by that spot to see if it's recovered. I'd kind of expected to find at least one around here. That's fine. Okay. So I did find 2 more rocket engines and some uranium rods. We can top off our food. Get ourselves something to drink. Okay, meanwhile, we need to add more things onto the list of stuff to get rid of. So if we are full on plankton, get rid of those. if we are full on any of the eggs, not the gold ones, we'll leave those off just as a precaution. Get rid of those. And meanwhile, I know I have a bunch of these. Okay, so let's look at what it would take to add the aquarium 2s. So these aquarium 1s, we're going to go ahead and take these out of here. We're going to take just the one out right now because I just need to be able to get another room back there. So I'm probably going to need 2 of the rooms. Let's go ahead and grab 6 of those, 6 of these, and 4 of you. And I should, with that, be able to go here and say, hey, I would like 1 room. Oh, I didn't grab enough titanium. So, I had originally made the comment that I didn't want to make my base a super long base again, just by circumstance or whatever. It's fine. Okay, so with this, I want to make the aquarium 2s. So the aquarium 2 is a circuit board, a tier 2 fertilizer, a super alloy rod, and a couple other things. And I'll probably do the exact same thing we did with the other ones just because it looks good. I'll make the cluster of 4. And I think we put the... yeah, we had that in there. And then A, B, and a C for the plankton. There you go. A, B, and C. So we can also do to make sure that these actually do work out well. Just go like this. So I can put it off of that one at an angle, and that way I know they line up to the other side. So I'm going to need a steel and a iron and titanium to make the room for the other side there. It's 2 iron. Of course it is. I haven't had to build one of those in a while. Okay, we can go grab the iron over here. Alright, we also need more fish eggs, so we should have a box that says fish. Yeah, so there's 300 multiplier fish. Needless to say, you're losing your fish. Because these are just better. Alright, next up we grab ourselves enough for another aquarium. And then once I get the next aquarium built, I shouldn't have to do this whole ring around thing. So for that again, it is the super alloy rod and the ABC. There you are. A, B, and C. This should look really nice from the outside because we're gonna have all these colorful domes all around. Okay, so now if we go here, what am I missing? Weird. I just kept rotating it and I was like, oh no, that's fine now. Alright, so we actually needed another room sticking out to go one farther. So let's go ahead and grab our 3 iron, 3 iron, 3 titanium, And we happen to have 2 alloy left over because of taking apart the fish tanks here. And then this should have lined up? Question mark? Is it really that far out? It is. All right, one more. Well, we've got a lot of room for stuff in the base at this point. I hadn't really planned to make the place this big, but I'm sure we could fit something in there. There we go. So now we're all connected up. You've got this really ridiculously super long base. Can drop 2 more fish eggs in here. Okay, so for 2 more of those aquariums, so I'm gonna need 2 more super alloy rods. Okay, our rocket should be back from the looks of it. And we needed our circuit board, another fertilizer 2. So circuit board, fertilizer 2. And then I just need 2 of the ABC. So A, B, B, and C and C. And then with that, we will just need the fish eggs. Actually, I can grab the fish eggs now, because I need 6, I believe. And those will be over somewhere. Here? Yeah, fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're not good fish eggs, but it's fine. I don't know what we're going to put back here. I could actually see decorating the space just to fill it. I don't know why you fight me on this. That's not correct. I have to go outside for that. Okay, that's fine. Like, some reason, sometimes it's like yes, other times it's no, just even we know it's like linked up for rotation. I probably should put another door back there so I don't have to run the whole way around either. Yeah, that's what I thought happened. It's so weird. None of the other ones conflicted, but this one's fighting me. Yeah, I wish I could see what it was angry about. Like, if there's something that's like, no, I'm obstructed. But it seems to be just okay with it. It's clipped the other ones? Right, but why would it clip the other ones when these ones don't clip? Why would it be the odd one out? Like, I see it angry at the far side over there. Like, I have a feeling there's something underneath that's actually blocking on as well. Yeah, that one definitely conflicts on the one side. It's just weird that they potentially be, like, different dimensions. I can make this work in a way that's a little scuff. It's not what I want. What I can just quickly do is I can just run over here. Let's actually check. Do you have frog eggs? No. What I can quickly do here is I can just put, like, another little room like that. And it'll be like the one will be kind of one off from the entire rest of the place. And that should be enough that it'll actually go there since I have all the materials in my inventory already anyways. I'm kind of committing to it. And if this doesn't work, they'll just do without. Alright, it's just weird. That's fine. So we have that one all set up. There. So it'll be slightly off from all the others, but that's fine. Whatever. It'll still look interesting. Meanwhile, super alloys. Drop you off. It gave me a bunch of air, which I'll probably not use, so let's just chuck that in here. Okay, so we did get a bunch of the fish things going. Let's see if we did get any frog eggs in our thing here. We have not. So we do need to go find some frog eggs. That's one thing we need to make happen. We can grab a bite of food and top that off. We did get the rocket back, which should bring back our drone pattern. So we'll have drones too. And then I gotta look at what it's gonna take me to make the tier 2 drones. Because those will be way faster, so it'll make a lot of these things where it's running out to grab ore and all that not nearly as much of a problem. Okay, meanwhile we have you don't show up for... We gotta get about twice as far as that. All of those are unlocked. We did get the gene synthesizer, which we have not built. How's my power? Good. So let's go get the gene synthesizer built. So it's tier 4 mutagen. A circuit board and a super alloy rod. And a circuit board. And then I need purple, blue, and green. Green, purple, blue. And we'll tuck that over here as well. Cool. So we can get all of that. The thing is, even if I get the DNA here, I don't have anything I need to make it yet, so we're not going to sweat that too much. So we're pretty good there. But now let's go see what a tier 2 drone requires. So a tier 2 drone... Okay, so that'll still be tier 1. So it's rocket, circuit board, super alloy, and explosive. I know I can make the really bad idea of automating that production. And it is a really bad idea. Because it will obliterate all of my other stuff. But it will work. Okay, they're getting automatically produced. And we will demand drones here. But yeah, so what should happen here is that'll eventually hit a point where you'll have drones just kind of sitting around here. And when you have drones just sitting around here, it will end up stop making drones. But that is going to be mildly cursed for a little while. Okay, so we're all good on all that. We have production multiplier and oxygen multiplier. So what I ended up doing last time was for the terror tokens, I end up selling those kind of things. Oh, I actually have the explosive powder. Okay, so what else did I need? We could start upgrading the tier 5 heaters. We have the fish displays. So we probably just need to work on the amphibians. That's what I'm going to focus on for right now. Is we need to make amphibians happen. So the way I'm going to approach that, I think, is let's see if one of our... Never mind, we can work on that right now. So the fish farm's unlocked. So Plankton A, 2 Bioplast, and some thread. Where is you? Did I happen to time it at the exact moment that that thing's full? Okay. You produce one every 200 seconds. Alright. Let's see, is there anything that needs those chips that gave blueprints early in the game? I think later on you get something with them. I haven't seen it yet. So what I want to quickly do is just... Yeah, this is perfect. Hey, Proggo friend. So the reason that's perfect is I now know I can teleport to the beach. And there's a pool right there. I don't think we'll go in here and find... Let's go over here and just see if we find, like, better frog egg kind of thing. I don't think we will. But let's check that same area we found the really fancy butterflies. Yeah, so I want to start getting way more frogs happening. So I'm not seeing a pond thing here anywhere. I also noticed this hasn't come back, so I don't think they do. Which does make sense. I'm not expecting to find those ponds up here. It'd be a little weird to find a pond at the top of a ledge. Okay, so the important thing, though, is I can teleport to the beach from time to time, and we'll have a quick and easy pond to check for frog eggs. But if I can get myself, like, 1 or 2 of those that I can locate really quickly, every once in a while I can go grab them. I do believe it's a thing that after a while, we just start finding frog eggs in other places that I don't have to put that kind of effort in. But I just genuinely don't remember. So is this side, I believe, has the mutagen. So grab you. Pop you in here. Let's actually make sure there isn't a better pattern now. Yeah, and how much percent is that? 150? That's fine. Alright. Because I want to say these things that collect plankton here, I want to say these things eventually will start finding frog eggs as well. Meanwhile, what else was I missing for you? Ah, it was the silk. Right. And then the issue we had is all the silk is getting gobbled up by the fabric production, which has just basically finished. So that'll be fine. In the meantime, let's also check the heater Mark IIIs. Do I have iridium rods to spare yet? No, so I won't worry about it. But basically, I've got the tier 4 heaters up there. Those heaters and all that still do contribute to the they still do contribute to your terraform index until you literally max it out, which is significantly higher than the rest of it. Cool, so you've got that. Those frog things are super easy to make, so let's make another one. So that is fertilizer common and a water. I think those are on this side. So water. We take, yeah. So you can be gone. And you can be gone. And drop these off. And grab a fertilizer. Yes, there's a water, a fertilizer, and a common larva. There are so many bee larvae in here. Do you have silk storage so it isn't the same as the fabric to allow you to build up stock? I don't yet, but I probably should. I want those to line up. Can you make them click together? No, that's fine. Okay. So I'll want to know one of those. Yeah, it's fine. Vehicle logistics. Which I saw what that is. The vehicle logistics is basically you can have the drones grab from the vehicles is my understanding. Which is a cool idea, but also something I probably wouldn't even mess with at this stage. Yeah, so we have just the animal stuff to deal with there. Everything else is locked behind this. This will be the animal spreader rocket. We'll get that soon. We'll have one more egg there. We can then make Lirma seeds. So at that point, we're probably going to go there. We can also make the common larva, which we'll probably make at some point. Yeah, we'll probably not worry about most of that. Okay. And we're already a good ways towards mammals. And mammals is, like, literally the last thing. So let's go ahead and since that came up, let's grab the 2 osmium. No, it's not 2 osmium. That's the other recipe. It's 2 super alloy. We'll need another super alloy here. Once again, our super alloy, we'll grab a circuit board. And then we'll go ahead and make a place for the silk specifically. Because right now the silk is just getting hucked in with the fabric. And I can put the silken fabric right there and there. For the moment, I'm mostly just concerned about having a box for the silk. So silk. That way we can also have a supply of it. And then you will just be for fabric now. So give me that silk. Give me that. Too slow. Wait, what? Did I actually put it back? Oh, I must have put it back just long enough that I managed to get there. It's fine, so leave that in there. Yeah, so it's still gonna be consuming it for a while. Do I make another thing of silkworms? I remember running into this last time, too. I think at some point I ended up making 2 of those. Because that's for the fish farm, and I'm probably going to want to build a decent amount of those. Yeah, so I think the answer we're going to take here is I'm going to make myself another one of those. So for that, we're going to have to grab the uncommon larva, of which I see I have 1. Doing good there. So I'll need uncommon larva, fertilizer, and, I was really hoping we just find that in there. Fertilizer and a mutagen 1. Oh. I am entirely out of mutagen 1 because it is being nommed for mutagen 3. Fair enough. I won't do that thing. I will just, I guess, be patient or something. I don't know. Okay, in the meantime, I won't worry about that. We can deal with that once there. You remember running out? Yeah, that's the same thing. I'm gonna need to get those. What I can do in the meantime is I can grab some more of the uncommon larva. Let's pop back over to the beach. See if I can't snag another frog egg there. Probably not. Probably hasn't been enough time. Now I just have to wait longer. But what I'd like is we should see bugs show up. And I need a couple of uncommons. Actually, let's... Oh, it's the drills. Let's also check the other places. So there's probably not going to be a pool of water or anything down here. I stand corrected. So the zeolite has one right by it. And the osmium has one right by it. Checking to make sure it isn't a second one. So that might work out really well if literally every single one of my... Yup. So osmium has 2 of them by it. This is gonna work out pretty good. You probably won't. Because you're off in this, like, corner here. Yeah, so you won't. Okay, so the good news is I got 3 of the frog ponds nearby where I've got teleporters. So with that, we should be able to go ahead and snag those relatively easy. So those are going to do 2 mutagen 4s. Cool. And so that'll be enough for that. And I'll also want another frog pond. So for another frog pond, I'll need another larva, another water. You get the drills, so there's water. So there's water. I will need another common larva. Give me these bee larvae. That's too many bee larvae. Go. Go. And then a fertilizer 1, I believe, was the last thing. I probably should make boxes off to the side that is for the, like, here is the first one, here is the second one, that kind of thing. That's fine, we'll just go like this. Because that could be something we do down the road, is I just put a box over here, it's like, this is the common, this is the whatever larva, if you get more, just ditch them. Because this is going to keep being a problem on this box, is we will keep getting those bee larvae. Yeah, I think the other larvae are going to be fine for a long time. The bee larvae, I think we want to get out of there. So you're still making food there, that's fine. And I can just put the bee larva right here, and have the bee larva get chucked out the back door. Alright, let's do that real fast. So super alloy once again, which I suddenly have a ton of. It's really weird how sometimes I look there and I'm up to my eyeballs in it, and then I come back like 5 minutes later and it's all gone, and then I come back 5 minutes after that and it's right back to the way it was. I was thinking about if I wanted to have that as a provider. Oh, you know what I could says... Supply the frog eggs. Basically, supply all of the stuff that is, like, outputs. Because then if I do it that way... Did I add the common? No, okay. I want to make sure not to add the common or the rare. Just kind of the outcomes. So, we don't want the uncommon in there. Okay. So that'll be fine for right now. Yeah, so basically, it'll produce the frog eggs and all that. And then what should happen is, assuming this is configured correctly... Ah, it's not. Oh, right, because I didn't get the choice of that. So then, this should start getting that. Do we have the generic frog eggs also show up here? No, it's fine. But yeah, so we should start having it feed us, just give us the frog eggs in the boxes. So I don't have to babysit it at all. So meanwhile, here's yours. And here's yours. For even more froggos. Okay, so I've got this, and I was going to make the bee larva go someplace. That's right. It was just basically going, hey, I keep getting this bee larva, it's a real problem. Let's put it in its own box, so it can fill up its own box. And Ah, bees. Excellent, perfectly named. Demand, bee larva. And I do wish you could, like, click on this to make that one go away, but it's fine. Okay, so with that, I would like the uncommon, the silkworm, and the Sirena butterfly or whatever it is. And if I had golden listing here, I would do that. And if we had common listing here, I would do that as well, but for whatever reason, it doesn't let me. Which is pretty annoying, if I'm being honest. So you can drop off the bees and bees. Okay, let's pop over here real fast. Didn't I have a thing that was making the larva? Oh, right, it was this thing over here. I bet you it's stuck. And you're supplying to the network. Let's see if since I add that's a supply to network, if maybe it'll show up now. I'm really hoping it does. Supply to network. Nope. That's a real bummer. I wish there was a way to force that, because the issue is I actually do need the common larva now, and I have the problem of I can't actually make that happen. And we needed mutagen, and the problem we were running into is the mutagens all being eaten by the tier 4 mutagen thing, and the tier 4 mutagen thing is not going to happen anytime soon. So I'm going to try and just grab some silk on the side here. And I'll probably also need to do similar on the plankton, where we have like A, B, and C. Separate them out. Okay, but that should help with some of that. And I don't know how often this thing makes larvae. Trying to think. Let's see if one of the smaller boxes lets me set it. If I were to try and set you... Okay, so you don't. It's weird that doesn't show there. It's fine. I'm not gonna stress on it too much. So we do want to... Let's see, regarding Business Hero Street Grub, you're confused by a recent post. They said they had a playable version live and would continue to do patches. Are they considering the demo version? They'll be updating... I believe they have been updating the demo. I believe that's what they're referring to. I can't swear to that 100%, but I do know they have been updating the demo a lot. Like, I had reported a bug with the demo, and they had it fixed, and I think it was like 3-4 hours later. Like, they are on the ball. Did I ever set you to actually collect the bacteria? I don't think I did. Yeah, I did. Am I even making bacteria? That's a real... Oh, I am making bacteria, and it's being gobbled up as fast as I'm making it. You're waiting for the early access release? Yeah. I mean, the demo is basically... The limitation in the demo is you can only get to day 3. Ah, I see a problem. That's why you're not working. You're not set to provide to the network. Oh, yeah, you are. Alright, well, I don't know what thing's going on with it. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just demos and all that coming out for Steam Next Fest. We'll have a bunch of that pop up later. Alright, well, I guess in the meantime, while we're waiting for, like, Silk to pop in so I can try and get the fish thing going on, is we'll keep getting more frogs. Because we're gonna need all the frogs. Silk is over here. I just need one more silk. I can do that. So, okay, so I need... For the thing, it was a water, common, and fertilizer. So common. The water and fertilizer is this size. This side. I kind of wish that you could do, like in other games, that I kind of would... Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what the blueprinting is. Where I could check, because I haven't done the blueprinting. That I recall. I was gonna say, I wish there was a way that we could, put down a building and the drones would finish it. So you'd be like, put it there, and then the drones would run over and take care of it for me, assuming I had the materials to do so. You got more eggs? Get to it, frogs. Your species' survival depends on it. And then there was 2 of them. There's one over here. Somewhere. But here's this one. And there's the other one. You all need to pick up the pace. Alright, so let's try heading over to where all, like, the coral is. I suspect we'll find a couple places along the way over here. Because then when I go to teleport back, all you have to do is just drop down from up there and we'll be good. Well, this felt like the kind of place I'd find several of them. But it's not looking very encouraging. That said, visibility is kinda crap because of all the coral stock things. Is there really none of those like little tide pool things? No? Alright, well, we'll just pop on down here. And instead of dropping straight down... Oh, you know what? Let's go in here where the tree was. Let's pop back up to where the tree is over here. Let's try checking that place out. Because I could see them putting a couple of those... I vaguely remember there was one by the tree. Because with them having, like, a different place that's been on this map so far, that we were able to find, like, a really amazing place for bugs, it would not at all surprise me if there's a really amazing place for, like, frog eggs, where you could just straight up find, like, gold ones. Hey, good to find one of those. And another one of those. I don't know how I've missed those with how many times I've been through... Oh, wait, because I... Oh, that's interesting. I thought the other way went through. It's fine. So not that way. I want to check where there's the big tree. Because I vaguely remember seeing one over there, and I'm curious if we'll find, like, you know, not just the generic frog eggs, but like the higher level ones. And then go to the osmium teleporter to get back out of here. Because that's right over there. Yeah, I vaguely recall seeing one of those pools. I thought it was like right by the tree. I guess this must be the one I'm thinking of. That's fine. Makes sense to polish the demo? Yeah. It is one of those things that... Oh, interesting. So there actually is one down here as well. It's just behind us. Neat. But yeah, so like a lot of times, a lot of companies will pull the demo down after Steam Next Fest, and that's always something that I always had pretty mixed feelings about. Because on one hand, I get it. You don't want to be stuck maintaining your demo forever. Because it's the demo version. And then if you just leave it up and you're not maintaining the demo, you end up having bugs in your demo that aren't in your main product. And so you start getting bad reviews from people playing the demo being like, oh man, it's so buggy, it's so terrible. And then when you actually look at it, it's like, oh no, it's fine. Alright, let's grab those and these out, since these apparently I have to do manually. It's a shame that the bots don't seem to work with those. So you get deleted from existence. Same to you. We can pop up here real fast. And drop you in there. Put them in first. Did you end up going to that first big ship you found in the map? The power thing? Open the doors? Yeah, I did that a while ago. Oh, I still had another one of those fish eggs. Okay, so we can go in here. And then I'm going to need 2 of the common larvae. I'm going to need 2 fertilizer 1s and 2 water. The one really nice thing is the cost for these amphibian pond things is basically nothing. Checking that silk again. Yeah, because it only produces 1 silk every 200. Yeah, so give me a minute. And the other good news is the fabric should get full soon. Oh, I've got another one that needs eggs. Okay. Little by little. All right. The world is frog. All right. Check for the silk again before we leave. Okay, so we can finally make our first fish farm. So it'll be a plankton A and 2 bioplasts, so no problem, plankton A. And then bioplasts, I think, are way down here. Yeah. And 2 of those. We will want some good fish eggs. I don't really have good fish eggs, so we're just gonna have... Actually, we can probably make some good fish eggs. We can make at least 300%, so that's C2 and fertilizer. So there's a 2. Plankton C. And then a fertilizer. Because that'll probably make better eggs than these ones I'm generically finding here. Because these ones are 3... Actually, is that even better? 300%? It's the same quality. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use this. And we'll just let that sequence, because there is a chance I might get a better one. Because there's still a random selection it can be. So we'll go ahead and drop a fish farm right here. We can go eat some food. All right. And then we'd still need some... Let's get some more uncommon larvae. Enough to make the silkworms. Even if it doesn't happen anytime soon, then it's just... Man, it sucks so much that it's not pulling from that. Okay, let's give the bugs a moment to appear. Come on. I probably need to get farther away from all of the other stuff going on. It's fine. I'll get them from time to time out of the terrarium, whatever it is. If not, then I just won't worry about it. All the super alloy going right in the garbage. That our super alloy is so full, don't need it, right in the trash. Cool. Let's see here. So I've got more eggs. They were that quality. Those will be what they are till we get more silk happening. We can worry about that in a minute. In the meantime, let's go check to see if we can't get more amphibians. So we're gonna go down the list. So we have zeolite. No eggs here. And I think we already checked. There was nothing nearby here, right? Yes, the only one to actually skip is the uranite. Osmium. Could take me a moment to like get the orientation where I can get that figured out. Alright, none on that side, and the other one straight across. Okay. And super alloy. Well, that's helpful. Okay, well, let's try going home. Let's try going up to where the sulfur is located, because I vaguely recall seeing some up there. So let's say we go up to where the sulfur is, if we can get that to happen. Let's also check to see if our iridium rods are starting to get built up, because then we could potentially upgrade our tier 4 heaters into tier 5 heaters. Why is it always so dark? I get it's nighttime, but why is my flashlight made out of absolutely useless? So my hope is that I'd find a couple up here. Since when I made the pond, I noticed that they had the same plant life that I saw up here. It's not looking good, though. I need more frog ponds. Because that's one of the few things I can do that's going to be proper amounts of, like, progression with all that. So we can go and just do what we did last time. Head over this way. We'll check to see for a couple frog ponds here, and then we'll just drop down onto the beach and teleport back. Yeah, it's really surprising there's none over here. Like, I wouldn't expect there to be, like, necessarily tons. At least, like, one or two. Especially with, like, all the little spots of water. It is what it is. Okay, so we'll just wait on those. Like I said, I vaguely remember that the... At least in the not DLC, I want to say I got a lot of the eggs from the, from the thing that recovers aquatic animals, the plankton. That thing I remember giving me stuff every once in a while. Okay, so we get one more of those, then I can do the next thing there. We have a ways to go till that. We are very close to getting our animal spreader rocket. We're about halfway to the really good frog eggs. And we're honestly very close to being able to just make common larvae. And I've been hearing things popping upstairs and all that. Then we had the fish farms and all that. So that's all junk I don't care about. Yeah, so let's give us a bunch of butterflies. They're just not really ones I need. I need better recipes. Oh, what I should be doing with those is I need to start doing the DNA sequencing. That's right. So we have the DNA sequencer, so we can go here, extract genetics. Right. So that gives us a pattern. Meanwhile, we'll say supply. Genetics go out. Demand. I could sit here and say, hey, give it all to me. Wouldn't be necessarily the worst thing I could do. Because we do need enough genes to get a bunch of stuff done. So we got a tier 3 gene there. Where is our DNA box? Let's see what we can manage to put together so far. So we could drop a variant, bioluminescence, and so we can get fish eggs, plants. Let's go ahead and grab some plants and start processing them. Plants but bad, so let's grab each one of these and just huck them all in the machine. Not the right machine. Those apparently don't do anything here. Okay, so this is going to be a weird and probably terrible idea. Let's go over to this machine here. And I'm going to say demand. Give me all of the not as good bugs. So give me all those ones. Give me that one. So not the best one. What else can you use? You can use the golden seed. Alright. I'm not sure we want to use the rare one and all that. You can apparently take all the gems for those. And then we have a bunch of stuff we can use the different fish eggs and all that for. Which just unfortunately don't help us out much. So yeah. So we can make the common larva. What's it make to make a common larva, and where do I make that? Is it over here? Mutagen 3, Plankton B, Fertilizer 2. That's honestly kind of pricey. I'd rather just pick it up off the ground. So other stuff we can put on here. So we can grab the various fish eggs. And all this. So I think the plants will be the next one. So probably not the golden seed. Yeah, that's a good one there. Yeah, so you can go ahead and add that onto the list. So we'll say, grab me the Tuska, and the Volnus. Yep, and the idea is I wanted to start feeding stuff in there automatically, and I just walk by and just hit the button and it makes a bunch of DNA. So that when we hit the mammal phase, I'm just pumping those things out real fast. Okay. I'm honestly surprised you're not showing more here. Oh, you know what? I bet you these aren't set to supply. Is the Armora tree one that'll use? Okay. So let's see here. The Armora tree is not. The Nulna and the Pestera. So I can go here and say Pestera, Nulna. We also have the Shanga. And I don't know what those other ones are, so let's get the Shanga on here. Alright. Yep, so we can just make it a habit of running by and then processing the DNA. It will get overwhelmed after a while, and that'll be a whole thing. But the idea is we'll have a ton of DNA in here, so that later on we're like, okay, we want to go ahead and do stuff. I can just grab the different ones. So we have like a size 1. So I can go over to this thing here and say, hey, there's the size. So we have another pattern. We have the 2 colors. And all that. So is that the variant? I always forget, like, the thing for... Yes, that's the variant. Species. So we'll get one for species. And then we've got one for one of the 2 colors. We can go ahead and add that in here. Alright. Yeah, so at the moment, I'm obviously getting too much of the same DNA. Eventually, we'll start junking that as well. And that'll be just another thing, so we still don't have the more silk. You suck. We probably don't have mutagen 1 yet because we're burning our mutagen 4 on Froggos. Okay, so let's go check on our Froggos situation. Because we just need to keep getting more animals at this point. Oh, let's go check on the iridium rods. That's right, iridium rods real fast before we do that. Okay, none yet. We're getting pretty low. We're getting pretty sorted on rockets. Oh, right, because we are automatically making a ridiculous number of rocket, or we're using our rockets, making a bunch of stuff. No eggs there. No eggs here. I wonder how long it takes them to recover. They may not actually, now I think about it, they may not come back. I thought they do. But it's fine, we'll figure it out. This is the first one we grabbed, was this one. Alright, so rather than just aimlessly wander around desperately trying to find frog eggs, I could handcraft some mutagen. Use the mutagen to try and make the silkworms. To try and get our silk faster, to try and get more fish farms happening quicker. Honestly, that shouldn't be a big deal in too long. Which, that's perfect there. So we needed the... We need 2 bioplast. And then a plankton A. All right. Oh, and I need fish eggs. Let's actually go to the thing down here to see if it has any fish eggs in it. Yes, it gives me the 300 ones for free. All right, let's go ahead and make a pair of fusion reactors because apparently we're at that stage. That's cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So I need 4 more out of the storage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will need 8 super alloy, which are probably sitting in this little trash can thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're gonna go right over here where we've got all this other stuff. And we can go fusion reactor. Fusion reactor. Okay. Now let's try putting down the fish thing. Because we're in that home stretch at the late game where it is just like build more, build more, build more. So we got all the 300 ones. That's fine. Honestly, we can go over to the DNA thing here. Not you. And we can drop these in and also process them. Or not. Those are not ones we can process, apparently. Okay, so they're finally bringing us different seeds to do. And, interestingly enough, I believe that came from our, that came from the... what is it? The thing over there. Which will give us the other pattern. So we almost have enough to make the DNA we're looking for. Yeah, so I literally just need a species DNA, and then we have literally everything we need to make a creature successful and all that. We can't do anything with it yet, unfortunately. So let's check here. No Froggo, much fish. So we've got that going. You'll probably start getting our silk backed up here. Do we have iridium rods at all? How are we doing on iridium? Are we getting close? It's the rocket engines. And we're using all of that to make more drones, which the drones should stop automatically producing once these start backing up, which they have. Cool. So honestly, we should be good on the drone situation for a while. Okay. We have found more frog stuff. So, what we're actually going to go ahead and do here, chat, is we are getting about the time where I want to switch over to the sponsored segment of the stream, and this is the last sponsor I've got for a while, where we're going to be playing 2 Crowns. They've got their new DLC for that game that just recently came out, kind of gives it a Greek theme and all that. It's kind of a hard game to describe. It's not really a tower defense. It's not really an RTS. It's something sort of kind of in between. You have like, it's a flat map. You start in the middle. You collect resources. And thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. You collect resources to build wall, to get troops, and then you fight your way out. It's a fun game. We played pretty much every one of their previous titles on the channel. And then, like, we've even played the game that isn't the DLC version. But we're going to go ahead and do that. And don't worry, we will be back to Planet Crafter. This will be, like I said, the last sponsor we've got for a little while. So most likely when we get back from, I usually don't stream Thursdays and Fridays, we'll pop back in here. And we should be able to start wrapping things up pretty quickly. Because we are in that final stretch, but we are making it into amphibian. We're already 22-ish% towards mammals, and we're continuing to build things up. We will continue to get the stuff for the oxygen and all that. But yeah, no, we're doing really well on it. We've just got a couple more things to unlock from terraformation. And like once we get that, like it's literally just make more animals. And then we're basically getting pretty close to the end on biomass, which is boiling down to pretty much just the animals. And let's go ahead and eat our food and drink our water. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and hit save here. I'm going to exit the main menu. And if you're watching on YouTube, the stream will be going down. And the reason the stream will be going down is because switching categories in YouTube doesn't really work well. Like, you have to make separate videos. So, goodbye, YouTube. But over here, what I'm going to go ahead and do is we